right? Let me. All right. I hope everybody had an amazing holiday, and I hope everyone and their family is doing well. Let me just get everything up and going, and we're gonna get into the meat of the matter today. Like, what's going on? Why these consumer reporting agencies feel like they don't need to. Hold on, let me get this live up and going. All right. So yeah, we're gonna talk about why these consumer reporting agencies don't feel like they need to dispute the items, the negative items that we send in. So we need to find out what's going on. So nope, nope. Discard. Just give me one quick second here, guys. All right. BLACK. All right, cool. So we're gonna talk about 1099A. No, I do not do anything with 1099As. What I teach is how to delete stuff from your credit. So if it's nothing about deleting items, accounts from your credit report, even if I know about it, that's not something that I teach. I am strictly, can I watch this live on YouTube? Absolutely. Derain Delevante should be streaming live on YouTube right now. So if you find my profile, Derain Delevante, you can definitely go there. So let me start. Let me start the clubhouse, and then we're gonna get into it. Let me just check to make sure that everything is on here. All right, so we're gonna talk about disputes, right? And why is it important for us to dispute items that appears on our credit that we don't know to be accurate, or that any of these data furnishers or consumer reporting agencies furnished as accurate information. And what does that mean exactly? So it's important we comprehend definitions, right? So let's talk about definitions. Can anyone tell me what accurate means? We're going to be going off of the Fair Credit Reporting Act here because they have to abide by the laws given in the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? So, what I want some of you guys to tell me is, what does the word accurate means? Come on. Drop it in the chat box. What does the word accurate mean? And there's somewhere I'm going with this, and this is how you guys are gonna get the most benefit from what I'm teaching. What does the word accurate mean? Can anyone tell me what does the word accurate mean? All right, on YouTube, not YouTube, on LinkedIn, it means correct. Okay, good, factual. What other meanings or definitions do y'all have for the word accurate? All right, I see somebody in Clubhouse put their hand up. Invite you to speak. What does the word accurate means? So TEAH. I'm not sure if that pronounced Tia, but do you want to tell me what the word accurate means and how this contributes to your consumer report?
Uh, so I would say accurate means, I mean, is that like precise, or I mean, I don't know how.
So
I feel like it's self-described.
no, absolutely, you're correct. So accuracy simply means all values exact, all values correct. Can you tell me why this is important for your credit?
going to say, based on watching some of your videos,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it's important because your credit score well, whatever they report to the credit bureau, it has to be completely accurate. And if there's any discrepancy, then they have to remove it.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do, Tia, is I want to delete something from your vocabulary. It's called credit bureaus, because all right, credit bureaus don't exist, and we know this, but we've got accustomed to using these words that has become a part of our daily dialect, right? The reason why I say credit bureaus don't exist, when you look up the FCRA and you go into the definitions, especially for what we assume or what we call a credit bureau, you will see the word consumer reporting agency. And in the definition of a consumer reporting agency, a credit bureau is not defined, right?
Okay.
Cooley, no, Cooley, you're gonna get a call. We've been making calls since yesterday, so you'll be getting a call by the weekend, Cooley. Haiti and the team, they will definitely give you a call. So when we talk about, oh, and guys, for those of you who don't know, I've launched a program called Consumer Law Secrets in a Box, where my whole business model has been white labeled. And when you join that mentorship, you're able to get all the framework, the business model, the content, the ebooks, the letters, everything white labeled for you to redesign it, put your label on it, and then I'm going to teach you how to use it and scale your business. So if anybody right now that's listening to the sound of my voice and you are interested in consumer law secrets in a box, which is my business model white labeled, I need you guys to hit me up. All right. Send me an email at contact@DoraineDelevante.com. So send me an email at contact@DoraineDelevante.com. So let's go back into accuracy now. So when we talk about accuracy, shout out to my guy Runway. When we talk about accuracy of the consumer report itself is based on accurate reporting. So if an item is inaccurate, what do you think it means that's supposed to happen to inaccurate, unverifiable, incomplete information on your credit? Can anyone shed some light on what happens to any account? Shout out to my guy Moetzart. You're gonna have to teach me how to pronounce that name. He just bought some badge. Shout out to you, my guy. First badge, don't forget. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Thank you, my guy. He just bought some badges. Now, items that are not accurate. So, for everybody right now that can, I want you to put into Google 15 USC 1681. Right? That brings us to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Why is the Fair Credit Reporting Act important? So, Tash, Tia, being that you're on stage with me right now and you can speak, and I don't have anybody else on the other lives right now, let's play tennis a little bit, right? I hope you're okay with this.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. Yeah.
All right. Why do you think the first thing Congress starts off with is accuracy and fairness of the credit reporting? It's the first thing. Once you put in the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? 15 USC 1681. The first thing you see is accuracy and fairness of credit reporting. Why is that the first thing you see when you put that in?
Right. So to give us the ability to dispute, right?
That's one. I want you to think a little deeper.
To protect the customers, but
well, that's one. Let's look at the word itself. See, if I see the first thing Congress put out is saying accuracy and fairness of credit reporting, I am going to think that, for one, the reports must be accurate. I just saw the answer somewhere. Finesse, yes, to protect us. It must be accurate and it must be fair to the consumer. Now, think about if your report had all negative items on there. Would that be an accurate report?
I mean, if you did it, uh, but if you did not do it, then no, it won't be.
It wouldn't be, right? Now, what if it's
Right.
inaccurate information, incomplete or outdated information? Is that considered accurate anymore?
Right. No, right. Because then they have to remove it.
Correct. But see, they don't remove it on their own prerogative. They don't. And this is why it goes back to the CFPB article that was published. Duties of, or should I say obligation, not even duties. So obligation of furnishers
Well,
of
if you don't mind,
reports.
right, to that, I have I kind of want to play devil's advocate, make it a little bit interesting if you don't mind, right? So, let's say if someone has, for example, on their student loans, they were in forbearance, but they came out of forbearance, but they forgot to tell, or to call, or they didn't receive a call or whatever from the student loan, and they missed like a month worth of payment, right? Because they're now out of forbearance. They then call and say, "Hey, listen, there was an error. I didn't receive the alert or notice or whatever. Can you remove this and can you put me back on forbearance?" They then put you back on forbearance, but you now have, let's say if you had like 21 different accounts from each semesters or whatever, or 11 accounts from each semesters, that's on your credit as late payment.
Well, all right. Before we go there, let's address the first thing, right? Did you apply for a student loan 21 times?
Well, no, per semester, right?
So how is there 21 accounts?
Well, no. So I mean, it was just a number I threw out there. But
no. This is a very great question. I've seen reports. I have seen reports that had 12 student loans on there. So my question really is, did you apply 12 times to get 12 accounts?
Right. So it depends, right? So if you were in school, let's say for 12 semesters, so you have to apply each semester, then I could see that possibility.
Okay. Now, who did you apply to get the student loan?
Right. So let's say, okay, let's use Salome, right? So you went to your financial aid office and you signed that document with your financial aid office, and that individual, I guess, was representing Salome, but you usually would do that through your financial aid office, right? So
did you, the consumer, give whatever agency is representing them any permissible purpose to put anything on your report? What document did you sign that gave them any permissible purpose at all to put anything on your credit? That's one. And number two, did you get the proper disclosures from said company before your information was reported?
Right. So then there's two things, right? With the proper disclosure, that could be, okay, well, it's he say, she say, whoever that individual was, they could say, yes, I did.
It's not a he say, she say. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
If they, right. So usually they don't have that in writing. And as far as whether you give them consent, I'm pretty sure towards the end of your student loan, those documents, when you go and get it, I'm pretty sure they have you sign a document that says, hey, they're allowed to even push your information out. Maybe small, fine prints, but I'm pretty sure they covered those bases.
I promise you they didn't.
I've tried to challenge it.
Let me explain it to you. Let me explain. I'm gonna break something down to you, right, brother?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So these student loan services, first of all, they don't give you disclosures. I don't know if they're starting to do it now, but previous accounts there are no disclosures. Number one. Number two, it cannot be in a fine print. It must be very conspicuous. Conspicuous does not mean fine print, right? It must be
Right.
given to you, it must be told, and you must acknowledge and sign that you receive these disclosures. Now, at any given time, if they came and they said, oh, yes, we gave those disclosures, all you need to do is request those disclosures. So if it's in a case where student loans is concerned and they say, yes, we gave you the disclosures, request the disclosures. If
Right.
you
So,
said
so in the
you
event
gave
where they
me,
do have the disclosure,
say
what's
again,
next? In the event where they do have that document where they mail it to you and say, hey, listen, this is where you sign, this is where you agree. Then it's like what cards do you have in your deck to play, right? It's like, okay, I see it, I get it. So if they were to prove that yes, you agreed, that by taking on this debt, we are allowed to furnish your or we're allowed to send your data to the TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. If you do not pay, even if you pay, we have to report accurate reporting. If they say that you signed that, right? If they can prove that with your signature, I mean, what's the next play? It seems like after that, then you're stuck.
you're not. See, you are limited to the things that you believe is possible for you. So, what that simply means is this. You see, if you're going to come up with scenarios, and this is not directly speaking at you, but if you're going to come up with scenarios, right, where you feel like they have an upper hand on you, you will be cornered. So, what I am saying is this: the disclosures must be given. There's no going around the disclosures. They must be given, right? They must be acknowledged. That's number one. Number two, even if you got those disclosures as a consumer, you can opt out of having that information reported. So whether they gave the disclosures or not, you can still opt out of having your information reported. Not because you sign a disclosure regarding something, it means that's it for the rest of the duration of the account. That is not true because a consumer can opt out of having their information reported. So knowing this information now, what would be your view on the student loans, being that we're using that as an example?
Right. So I would, I guess, get a law that clearly specifically states that, right? And
Absolutely. It's
something that they
called
will honor.
15 USC 6802. There is a law.
15 USC
6801 and 15 USC 6802.
6802.
So both of them. There is a law that gives you, the consumer, the right to opt out of having your information reported. We have deleted over 50 plus student loans within the last 2 months. We have deleted auto loans. We have deleted late payments. Like, we've deleted total accounts within the last 2 months, close to 600 accounts. One guy got 128 items deleted from his credit. Consumer law is the most powerful dispute system you will ever use. There's nothing special about any account, whether it's an open account or a closed account or even your student loans. It doesn't matter.
Right. So being that today is Black Friday, quote unquote, sales is today and tomorrow. Do you have a Black Friday deal going on for anything surrounding that, and specifically what is the amount that you're charging for that?
Correct. So two things are happening today on Black Friday, and that's a very good question. So I'm glad you brought that up. One is my website is on sale, right? All the dispute letters, everything is on sale for 40% off. All you got to do is, I want you to write this down.
Okay.
text the word Black Friday in all caps. So text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329. Once you text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329, it will give you the link to the website and the promo code. The promo code is Black Friday. So once you put the promo code in, it will adjust the prices. Now, if you're speaking towards the university is only 3,500. But tonight at midnight, the sale ends and the university goes back to $5,000. So right now, the university is $1,500 off. But tonight at midnight, it goes back to its original price. Can we get medical debt off our credit report? Absolutely. There is nothing special about a medicals collection. There's nothing special about any collections at all because a consumer can refuse to pay a debt collector 15 USC 1692 CC. Now, let me get something in here real quick. Furnishers have an obligation to investigate consumer disputes. Have any of you ever tried disputing any item on your credit and the consumer reporting agencies or the furnishers of the information did not acknowledge or investigate your dispute? If that is you, let me see you drop yes in the chat. All right, I'm going to say this again. Have you ever disputed an item, whether with the consumer reporting agencies or with the furnishers, and they did not investigate your dispute or they totally didn't respond? Okay, I'm seeing some yeses. All right. All right, good. So the reason why this is important is the CFPB published a document or a blog or whatever y'all want to call it on September 14th, right? And this is what they're saying. Even minor inaccuracies on a credit report can lead to a consumer being denied a loan. How many people believe that even the slightest or minor inaccuracies on your credit could possibly lead to you getting denied? The next question that precedes that is, how many people have got denied because of inaccurate information on their credit? Do we know?
For sure.
You have?
Oh yeah.
Now, do you think that is fair or equitable to you?
No.
What are you going to do about it?
I'm trying to read up on laws for that.
Civil liability.
But what you're saying is lawsuit.
Go ahead. If
So,
someone
like,
is furnishing
a credit lawyer to do that, and those usually run about what, 3,000?
Not necessarily. They are contingent based. So that means is they don't get paid unless you get paid. And it's one of the service too that I have in my university. So in the university, we have a consumer lawyer, and all the students inside the university, they're able to communicate with my consumer lawyer to get consultations, or if they have an action, they're able to use that consumer law lawyer to get their process done. It's one of the added benefits of being in the university, because the lawyer that's inside the university, he's able to practice in all states, and he has a team of lawyers that works with him for that covers all states. So, all right, listen to this a second. Even minor inaccuracies on a credit report can lead to a consumer being denied a loan, housing, or a job. This right here is a big thing. It might not sound to you right now that it's big. If inaccuracies cause a denial of a loan, housing, or a job, my question to all of you is, what are you going to do about it? My lawyer doesn't want to take my case. That means you need a better lawyer. How does being denied for a loan, housing, and a job impact your life? Guys, I really want y'all to think on a bigger scale. Like, really think about this on a much bigger scale. You got
That
denied
sounds
a
like you
loan.
can sue them for millions.
Because it's loss of opportunity. See,
Yep.
brother man, in the civil liability section, there's a part in the civil liability section that speaks about actual damages as a result of their failure. If they fail to put accurate information on your consumer report and you got denied as a result of their failure, don't y'all think you are owed remedy?
Sure.
My question again is this: what are you going to do about it? See, there's a reason why I'm saying this, It's important that we comprehend the obligations that they have to us. We've overlooked the obligation. We think that whatever they put on a consumer report, it goes there and there is no question. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. The way you fight this is you need to learn consumer law because they're not going to teach you. They're not going to tell you how you're being violated. Like it's like a lion that gets up in the Sahara Desert, and lions love to eat impalas. The impala wakes up, the zebra wakes up, all the animals wake up and they know the lion is coming to eat them. Do you think the lion is going to tell the impala, the zebra, and all the other animals that it eats every day how to escape from it?
Nope.
Because it's not in his best interest. Because if the food that he eats every day gets away, he's going to starve and die. Think of these companies and corporations as financial predators. The question is, are you going to become a prey or not? That is the question. Are you going to be a prey or not? See, if you said you're not going to be a prey, it means you need to equip yourself with consumer law. Why? Because consumer laws were put in place to protect the consumer. I am no one's prey. Then it's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to get up. It's time for us to move from being a victim. It is time for us to take our power back. See, as a result, it is critical that consumers have a meaningful opportunity to correct errors or inaccuracies when they are identified. In other words, how often are you checking your credit reports? How often are you checking your credit reports to spot inaccuracies?
I check mine at least once a month, right? But so I use three different credit companies. So I use FICO, my FICO. I use what's the other one? So I use my FICO. That's another one. I really don't use Credit Karma, but I use but I think they're both still Venture Score, and you have to pay for it. It's
Gotcha. All right, cool. So that brings me to another point. All right, guys, a lot of people believe that FICO is credit, right? A lot of people believe that FICO is a part of your consumer report. A lot of people believe that this credit score, quote unquote, that you get from FICO is your credit. Who believes that is true? Let put yes in the chat. Who believes that is not true? Put no in the chat. I want to see how many people have been studying. If you think that FICO is a part of your credit or your consumer report, put yes in the chat. If you believe that it's not, I want you to put no in the chat.
It's yes for me because that's how they deny you or approve you, right? So, and I think they use my FICO instead of identity. IQ was the other one I was trying to think of.
So you believe that FICO is a part of your consumer report?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you believe that?
Well, because again, that's what they use to determine whether you get approved for a vehicle, a loan, mortgage, whatever.
All right. So, are you familiar with rating companies like AAA or what are these other companies called?
Better Business Bureau.
Better Business Bureau or Moody's or there's another one. There's a very famous one. I can't remember the name. Do you believe that those companies have anything to do with accounts? Or
like so I know that you can file a dispute and they will and I guess like if a company has bad ratings with the Better Business Bureau, I know that it impacts them, but I'm not sure what it has to do with my personal account.
Let me break. I'm a break down right now. So if I can, what if I can prove to you right now that FICO and Vantage is not a part of your consumer report?
Okay.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, so then why are they using it, right?
Look, what they want to use is irrelevant. You control what they get. The question is, when we don't control what they get, we get whatever they give us. You want me to break that down a little bit more?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Do you have a second device?
Yep.
All right. I want you to type in 15 USC 1681, and then I want you to go to 1681A.
Let's see.
It should bring you to definition rules of construct.
15 USC
1681A. Definitions, rules of construct.
1681A.
Let me know when you find it. Everything you thought you knew about credit, right now I'm going to show you that it's been a lie, brother man. They've been giving us wrong information. And I'm going to prove to you by the end of this live, you will look at credit, consumer law in a different light, and you're going to comprehend that you had the power all along to put what you want on the report and not what some company believes they want to put on your report. And if I'm not able to prove these things to you, I want you to send me your Zelle so I can Zelle you $100.
Okay.
So a couple things is going to happen right now. The first thing is we're going to prove that a FICO or a Vantage is not a part of your consumer report. That's number one. So write that down because I want you to hold me to everything that I'm saying. Accountability goes a far way.
Okay.
All right? That's number one.
Right.
The next thing I'm going to prove to you is that late payments don't exist.
Okay.
The next thing I'm going to prove to you is that utilizations do not exist.
Okay.
And the other thing I'm going to prove to you is that you control whatever account you want reported on your credit. So that's four things, four promises. For each one that I can prove, I will sell you $100. So if I can't prove none of these, it means I have $400 for you. Is that an acceptable deal?
Oh yeah.
But what happens now? What are you willing to give up if I am able to prove it? What are you? What is my reward for proving this? If I can prove it.
I don't know. It's like, so you're more like the expert, right? So I'm just consuming information for learning purposes, for the most part. But I'm interested though to see why, for example, FICO means nothing, but they still use it to determine whether you get approved for a mortgage or not. You know what I mean? Because if it meant nothing, then what's the sense in them using it across the board to deny or approve you? I mean, that part doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it doesn't make any sense because they're all working together and they're all sharing the spoils, right? I see somebody wants to come on the live. Let's make it a little bit more interesting because I love when we have different perspective and different views. All right. So now we're going to go into the proven part, right? So I made you 4 promises. What was the first one?
That FICO or Vantage score doesn't
Exist.
matter.
Okay, cool.
Right.
All right. 15 USC 1681A, definitions, rules of construct. Let me ask you a question. What does the word exclusion means? If you are excluded from something or someone says this is in the exclusion section, what does exclusion means to you? What do you think it means?
Right. Not a part of, right?
Not a part of it, right?
Right.
So we all agree that exclusion means everything that I'm about to say is not a part of this, right?
Right.
Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, bet. So, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include. Now, if the law says the term consumer report does not include, what do you think that means?
It's not relevant to or does not belong in this section.
Correct. It doesn't belong with the consumer report, right?
Okay.
All right. So when you go to the definition now of what a consumer report is, Congress is going to tell you exactly what your consumer report is. In general, the term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living, which is used or expected to be used or collected in whole or in part for the purpose of serving as a factor in establishing a consumer's eligibility for a credit or insurance to be used primarily for personal, family, or household purposes, B, employment purposes, or C, any other purpose authorized under Section 1681B of this title. Now, brother man, in the definition of a consumer report, did a FICO or a Vantage or a risk score, did that was that in the definition?
The specific word FICO.
Does FICO, Vantage, or any risk score or risk model, was that in the definition of a consumer report?
So those words specifically were in there, right?
Good.
But
There's no but. There's no but.
no, but like, so company changes their names, right? So it's like it could be FICO, it could change to something else.
It doesn't matter what
way,
their name is.
Right. So like, but either way, they still provide what is considered quote unquote credit worthiness.
This
So
is
if
why
they're doing that,
no, brother man. This is what I'm telling, bro. This is why you're not getting stuff deleted. I'm giving you the whole game.
Okay.
Definitions are specific to what they mean. It's not any assumption. There is absolutely nothing in this definition that speaks about a FICO, a Vantage, or any risk model that they use to extend credit. So, based on the definition by Congress, FICO, Vantage, and any other risk scoring models are not a part of your consumer report. When we comprehend the differences in the words, we're able to separate them for what they are. But if you intertwine words with what you think they mean and not for face value of the definition that was given to you, you will always relinquish power to them.
Right. So then I guess my question becomes, who then, if not FICO or Advantage or wherever, who then gets to determine what they spoke of as consumer report, right? Who then gets to determine credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capability, character, general reputation? Like there has to be a company to actually do that.
What law says that?
I can't.
What law says there has to be a company that do it?
But the definition says credit report, is essentially like the checking of your credit worthiness.
Nope,
credit,
it never said that. It never said that.
It says in general. If you look at D, where it says credit report, it says in general. The term credit report means any written or communication or any information by a credit reporting agency, whoever they may be. That's what I'm saying. So, for example, the credit reporting agency in our case is with FICO or
FICO is not a consumer reporting agency.
So, like my
FICO is not a consumer. It is not a consumer reporting agency.
FICO received the information from Equifax, TransUnion, Experience, or whatever. But then it's like,
brother man.
I guess what I'm trying to do is understand.
That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to get to you, brother. You're looking for something that is not there. It is not there. FICO has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with your consumer report. Nothing at all. Neither does Vantage. It has nothing to do with it. But if you want to hold on to it, by all means, that's perfectly fine.
No. It's like,
if you think there has to be,
if you go to Equifax.com,
that's Equifax's business. It has nothing to do with you. We need to leave things alone that has nothing to do with us. FICO has nothing to do with you. Equifax has nothing to do with you. TransUnion has nothing at all to do with you. The words are right there.
Agency. So who would you describe as a credit reporting agency, if not TransUnion and my FICO? I mean, TransUnion, Equifax, or
they are a consumer reporting agency who assumed a role that was not given. You want me to prove that they assumed the role and that it wasn't given? We'll raise the stakes $1,000.
No, that's nice, cool. Money aside, right? So I'm really just trying to get in line, right? Because clearly I'm not there. That's why I'm asking those questions, so like get a clear understanding of what it is. So like when I look at the definitions, like consumer reporting agency, I think Equifax, for example, and then for Equifax to have our data, either the government allows it, or some Congress allows it and approves it, because it's like I can't just open a company tomorrow and be like,
yes, you can. Absolutely. Yes, you can. Tomorrow morning, if you decide to go open up a consumer reporting agency that collects people's data and resells that information, yes, you can. Free enterprise, brother man. You can do it. There is no law that's going to stop you from doing it.
So when you write those companies, let's say, for example, if you write Navy Federal and say, hey, listen, do not report my information to Equifax.
Well, that's not how you do it. There's a way to do it. And that is what is taught in the university. It's knowing how to do what. How many consumer reporting agencies do you believe exist?
I know it's definitely over 5, close to 10, because we
Try
have
hundreds.
Nexus, Lexus, and okay, yeah.
Hundreds, brother man. Not 5, not 10, hundreds. If you go on the CFPB website right now, I'm going to prove this shit to you. Go on the CFPB website right now and type in consumer reporting agencies, or type in Google list of consumer reporting agencies, CFPB. The CFPB will give you a list of hundreds of consumer reporting agencies. And that's not even all of them. What I'm saying to you, you see, the way we've been programmed, and this is no fault of yours, so I don't want you to think at any given point in time, I'm saying this is your fault. This is because of systematic programming, where we were led to believe something that is not true. See, we think because factors of FICO, like payment history, utilizations, new credit, length of credit history, and mixture of credit, we think those are factors of credit. They're not factors of credit. Those are factors of FICO. We started to assume that a FICO or a Vantage is a part of our consumer report. It is not true. Your consumer report exists without a FICO or a Vantage score. Have you ever requested your consumer report directly from Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion?
I have, yeah.
Okay, when you got it, did you see a score on it?
I don't want to lie. I don't remember.
The answer to that is no. No, I'm gonna tell you the answer. The answer is no.
Okay.
If a risk model or a risk score was a part of your consumer report, when you request the report directly from the company, why doesn't it not come with a score?
I don't know.
Ah.
If you for example,
Don't, brother man, stop giving yourself wrong answers. Look at the evidence in front of you. You go on a government website. It is called, what is this called again? Damn, can't believe it slipped me. Free credit score. Nope, that's not it. What's the name of it again? Damn. MyAnnualCreditReport.com. How the hell did I forget that thing? When you go to MyAnnualCreditReport.com, right? It's a government website.
Right.
Government website. And you go there and you request your consumer reports. It does not come with a score. The reason why it doesn't come with a score is because a score or a risk score or any risk scoring model is not a part of your consumer report. It's not a part of it. Now, FICO, just like Moody's and all those other business rating agencies that they use to rate businesses, are used to rate them and give them a AAA or AA or A rating or double B, or it doesn't mean that they are given permission by law to do it. It just means that's their business model, and this is who they're going to there for. So it became an accepted thing. It's an accepted score because it provides a risk scoring models that the industry say, hey, we are going to use this company because of their algorithm and how they assess risk. Over time, the narrative was changed, and we believe that they are one and the same. There is absolutely nothing in the FCRA that remotely even speaks about FICO or Vantage. So if that was the case, why wouldn't the FCRA address a FICO or a Vantage? Do you know what FICO means?
Not on top. I can Google it.
No, it's all good. I'm here to educate, brother. So for those of you who don't know what FICO means, it is Fair Isaacs Corporation. It is a company. What? Fair Isaac Corporation. FICO. Corporation. So when we learn to break these words apart and comprehend their definition, you will see that, all these things that we've thought we believed about this credit stuff was actually a lie. You're looking at wolves in sheep clothing. So the definition itself lets you know what is or isn't in the definition of a consumer report. So that's the first thing you learn today.
Fear and a corpse. Okay.
Say again, Queen.
Fear and corpse. So as far as like what I've been hearing he's saying is like his questions, like trying to get a better understanding.
Understanding. Let's change that word to comprehension.
Okay.
The reason why is when you're under something, that thing that you're under has jurisdiction or power over you, right?
True.
So when we comprehend what it's saying, it means I comprehend and acknowledge what you're saying to either be correct or incorrect. So let's understand or let's comprehend, but we will not be under nothing from nobody. Yes?
Facts.
All right, let's get it.
Okay. Like, I understand, comprehend that they been telling us, you need your FICO, and the FICO is like giving you the information that, your credit is low on this or it's poor on that. If this is inaccurate, if we don't need it, how do we go to these places to get these loans and get them to use the correct information?
Very good question. When you control the narrative, if we know that they're using a company called Fair Isaacs Corporation, FICO, to generate a risk score or credit score, what we call it, right? If we know this, but we also know that the consumer report is independent of a FICO score, meaning a consumer report can exist without a FICO score, but there cannot be a FICO score if the consumer does not have a report. The information from your consumer report is then fed into the algorithm of FICO that generates your risk score. So based on your financial habits, that information is collected and then it's put into a risk algorithm that gives a score based on the information contained in your consumer report. It's not a part of it, but your FICO needs your consumer report. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I understand they have to get that information from somewhere for them to even tell it.
Correct. Without your consumer report, a FICO score for you does not exist. So that's part number 2. So when we get into the next section of it, it says this. Except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include. It means it's not in there.
Wait, are you on USC 1681?
1681A, number 2.
Okay.
All right. So when we go down to exclusion and we go to number 1, it says report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer. Who's the consumer? The term consumer means an individual. And the person, well, who's a person? The term person means any individual, partnership, cooperation, trust, estate, cooperative, association, government or governmental subdivision or agency or other entity. Now, if we know that Wells Fargo, Capital One, Bank of America, Navy Federal, if we know that they are corporations, if we know that they are corporations, and the law says transactions and experiences between the consumer and the person making the report is excluded from your consumer report, please enlighten me. How do we have late payments? If you're what's your payment history? Isn't your payment history your transaction record?
Yeah.
Every transaction you make goes in your payment history, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if your transactions are not a part of your consumer report, how can there be a late payment? Remember, there's a difference between your consumer report and a FICO. A FICO has its own thing. It's a corporation by itself. Your consumer report is what Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian has that bears your information and your history, your financial history. Congress says specifically the term consumer report does not include information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report. So if your transactions and your experiences are not a part of your consumer report, where does the late payment or where does the utilizations come from? It is there because we let it exist. It is there because we think that it exists. It is there because we were led to believe that a FICO and its components, payment history, length of credit history, utilizations, mixture of credit, and because we believe that they exist, they existed. And because we believe that they were the same, we believe that they were the same. When you separate them, you see them for what they really are, individual things. Tia, are you following with me, brother?
Oh yeah, taking notes.
Good. Anyone right now can go on my Instagram. Go right on my Instagram right now and go look inside the testimonials, the master derogatory account deletion challenge, or the credit repair business owners challenge. Any one of them, and you will see we've gotten mad late payments deleted. You do not need to ask anybody for a goodwill letters. Goodwill letters are trash. Let me see y'all put it in the chat. Goodwill letters are trash. You are not admitting to anything. You're not saying you didn't make this late payment. You're not saying that you weren't late. What I am saying is that Congress says 15 USC 1681 A D 2A1 says specifically exclusions, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include transactions and experiences with the consumer and the person making the report. It is not there. These things exist because we gave them life. Finesse.
get my
What?
information from that?
One thing. Finesse. Are you able to come on the live? This is one of my students is here. She's blowing up the chats. Finesse. Are you able to come on the live? Because when I say it, people think that I'm saying more than what it actually is because it's my university. Ask somebody else that had no total experience with me that came in and got mad deletion. Can you request to come on the live? Okay, in 5 minutes. Late payments, utilizations, all of these things that we thought that was supposed to be on our credit only exist because we let them exist. Tia, I know you got a lot of questions. Talk to me.
Okay, yeah. So then how do you get things, right? So if you want to buy a car, they look at your FICO and say, hey, based on your score, we can or cannot give you that. It's like, how do I obtain something if I tell them, hey, stop furnishing my data?
Because you need to control the report. You report what you want. Report it. That's what I'm telling you, brother man. You control what gets reported. So when you learn how to optimize a profile, you will know what accounts need to be on there and what accounts don't need to be on there. When you that's the sauce. That's the play. The person that controls the information controls the credit score.
Can't you tell FICO to lose your information since really it's going to go
Right.
Because FICO is not the one that the information get. Your information doesn't get submitted to FICO. A report gets submitted to FICO.
Okay.
Who supplies the information? The creditors that y'all be going to. Your Wells Fargo, your Bank of America, your favorite credit union. These are the people that supply the information to consumer reporting agencies. So the consumer reporting agencies then supply that information because they have a deal with FICO. They're parallel businesses. They supply the information. FICO supplies the risk score. They are in cahoots with each other. That's what it is. We're just not seeing it. We're not seeing that they're in cahoots with each other. They are. They're in business together. They are all making money.
right?
We use your proprietary software and we provide the information for you.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is contact, like, for example, Navy Federal and say, hey, do not report my information to my FICO, to Equifax.
Yes and no, because you're not going to say it like that. The reason why people don't get deletions is because they don't know what to say. That's the part that is missing. You don't know what to say. You don't know what letters to send. You don't know what laws to send. That's what's keeping a lot of people from deletions. Because there was a lady in the university that didn't believe when she joined the university that she can delete open accounts. Last week, she deleted an open auto loan from her credit. Guys, if the things that I'm teaching wasn't true, do you believe that we would be getting the results we're getting? I want you to think about it. If what I'm teaching is fake news, right? So if what I was teaching is fake news, do you believe right now that we'll be getting the results we're getting if it was not true? These companies got lawyers on payroll paying millions of dollars. Do you really think if we didn't know in the university what we knew and sending out these letters, the students would be getting the results they're getting? The important thing is once you know how to control the narrative of your consumer report, that's how I built out an 800 credit score 3 times. I've not met anybody else that built out an 800 credit score 3 times.
I have a very weird question. and I understand business is business, right?
Mm.
It's just the devil's advocate part of it. It's like if these laws work, right? If sending these laws and these letters specifically work, I know most companies won't even think about this. Would you consider starting a program where basically you're like, hey, if they don't come off, because I can guarantee you that this will come off. If they don't come off, you get full refund back.
Well, we
Have
cannot
you
make
considered
promises. There's laws against making promises. One is called CROA. You cannot make promises on anything, especially in this industry. You cannot make promises.
I guess I'm asking because a lot of people kind of are doubtful, right? Because these programs usually run like 3,000, 4,000. And in reality, the average person who actually has like really bad credit, I mean, like they can't afford that. So they will look at some, maybe taking a loan, borrowing from someone or whatever. But it's like they have to also consider, okay, I got to feed my kids and so forth. So
the real question is this: how much is it costing you not to know the information? Have you ever paid 26% or 36% on a credit card or an auto loan?
I have not, but I've paid like 15%, and I'm
Okay.
fine.
So my point is this: what you're paying on those lines of credit is significantly more than what you're going to use to enroll in the university. So the question becomes, which is a priority? Is living a more expensive life credit a priority versus an investment in your own education, in your own self, that you now will use and retain forever, that you can repair, rebuild, restore anything on your credit at any given point in time, where you can now go position yourself to get $100,000 to $250,000 worth of personal funding, and then tap into business credit using your personal credit to get another 100 to 200. What is 300 or what is $3,000 in the grand scheme of things?
Right. So I'm not saying that it's not important at all, right? It's very important. What I'm saying is the individuals, like for example, that live handsome out paycheck to paycheck and barely have access, to give out or give away or whatever. Those individuals, they want to build their credit. However, these programs are like, I think I saw one program for like $10,000 and it came with like 2 or 3 coaching or whatever. And it's like these programs are, to be fair, ridiculously priced. So the individual don't have the time to say, I'm going to save $1, $1, 10 years later, where 7 years later, those things come up your credit anyway. So some just wait, but most people, especially in these times, don't have like $9,000 to pay for this or $6,000 to pay for this immediately, right? Because they literally live paycheck to paycheck. What I'm saying is, since the laws work,
as a man thinketh, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The things that we speak unto ourselves bear fruit, and they show up in our lives. The things that we give the most energy to is normally the things we attract, and people. So if the words that are being spoken is I cannot, then all you will find is I cannot answers. But if the subject matter, or if the questions change to how can I figure out a way to have additional streams of income so I can still feed my family, but now I generated an extra stream of income that I can use to educate myself so I can go on to live a more abundant life. That's a totally different type of question. The questions that we ask ourselves will make or break us. So if someone believes they cannot, guess what? They are correct. They cannot. But to the person that believe they can, they are also correct, because the things that we feed our mind and we give energy to, they manifest in our lives. My program is not for everyone.
Carnegie method of things where you're like, okay, well, positive thinking, and as a man thinking, so shall he. But in reality, I mean, so
See, you go, you're separating again.
I think no. I mean,
You're separated.
Right. So
Abundance is here for everyone. What keeps people poor?
A mother that let's say a single mother who can't feed her kid. I mean, the wish or the want to do that is there. But if she does not have, let's say, a bachelor's degree or a high school diploma or the extra resources, because I don't know anyone who has successfully, maybe you do, created a business with $0 in their account. And by that I mean they, without even going to others to generate the money and say, hey, loan me this money, or I'll pay you back. You know, you get this. I don't know anyone who has successfully built a business with $0 in their account, because you have to first, even like you have to even you know, go to the Secretary of State, and that costs money.
So,
and, you know, so
in life, right? In life, I'm not from this country. I was born poor, not from this country, right? In life, America is one of the most resourceful country in the world. Opportunities are here that is not everywhere else. So, let me break this down. I'm gonna get to your question in a minute, Queen. Do not think I didn't see it. You don't need money to start repairing, rebuilding, and restoring your own credit. Everybody can afford an iPhone. Everybody can afford a cell phone. It costs a couple of $100, right? There's a thing called Google and the internet, right? Seek ye and ye shall find. There is content on this internet that is beyond your wildest dreams. I learned from the internet, and then I was able to put myself in a position to have coaches. When you see, success is going to cost you time or it's going to cost you money. You, the person, and when I say you, I mean everyone, you, the person, have to decide which one it's going to cost you. Because if you don't have the money, you need to spend the time and do the research to learn the stuff. That is called free.
That's fair.
But oftentimes, people want an overnight fix. How can I get this resolved tomorrow? If you want a tomorrow result, you're going to have to pay for that.
Right, because ideally you should stand on the shoulders of giants, and I completely understand that. So the question was, hey, a mother who does not have X. Okay, so she spent 7 years researching, right, to get to the level of competence that you are.
7 years? It doesn't take that long. It should not take that long. There's no way it's going to take that long.
Because okay, so I do a lot of research, right? And the thing is, if you don't, first of all, if you don't know what you're looking for, like, right, so like you have to kind of have a guide, right? It's like, okay, well, I'm looking for this, and then how do I filter that information to see if it's real or not? And then how do I translate that? For example, whatever we were reading just now, that's lawyer talk, right? So it's like, how do I then dissect that? Most folks may not know how to do that. So that's what I'm trying to say. So then it makes more sense to stand on the shoulders of someone who's already doing it. But then what I'm saying is the cost is very, very high.
Yeah, it's going to cost you time or money. Right. The person have to decide which one is going to cost them. You spend the money, you get the information faster, you learn faster, you go be great quicker. It's going to cost you time. Yeah, you might get set back a year or two, but not 7. Do you know the cost of not taking action for 7 years? All right, let me put it this way. How much did you make last year? You don't have to tell me how much. Give me a ballpark. How much did you make last year?
I could say I made definitely 6 figures.
All right, you made 6 figures. Made 6 figures last year, right? Now, if that took you a year to make, what if I tell you that what you made in a year, you could make that in a day or in a month?
Tell me how.
I mean, I believe that there are people who do consulting and make that, right? It's the avenue, but it's like you have to know what you're looking for to find it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So I believe you, and 100%. I honestly, 100% believe what you're saying. But you have to know, like, what you're looking for to find it, or else you find someone who's actively doing it. They have evidence of them doing it.
There you
and
go.
Then you stand on and then you stand on their shoulders.
There you go. That's how you do it.
And I understand it costs money,
It
right?
costs a lot.
Then it goes back to my point of
Mm-hmm.
if the person don't have access right now. I guess like you kind of answered my question where it's like, okay, well, since we all agree that the price is high,
It's not high. It's high if you think it's high. What is the cost of you not doing it?
so
See,
like
when that single mother evaluates the credit cards and the interest rate they're paying, the interest rate they're paying on the car, the interest rate that they're paying on the mortgage, evaluate all those interest rates and see how much money you're giving away for free. What it costs, the investment in yourself is minute compared to the amount of your hard-earned money that you're giving to institutions. It's a mindset thing, bro. When I was making $3,000 a month and I needed to make a change in my life, you know what I did? I find ways to do additional income. I was Ubering, I was door dashing, I was picking up any other jobs that I could because I knew I needed more. So I know that my current destination now or my current or present situation does not define my reality, right? So knowing that I am able to do what I needed to do, whether it's to go work at Dairy Queen, Five Guys, Uber, DoorDash, Lyft. I did what I had to do to pool the funds together. So I was able to now invest in myself, learn the information, master the information, and now be great at what I am doing now, changing other people's lives. So the point I'm getting at to you, my brother, is this: we make time and things for the things that matter to us that we want. When you want something bad enough, you will find a way. Resourceful people are successful people, hands
and
down.
I get that. I guess like the ultimate question is now the single mother did the Uber thing or whatever else
Mm-hmm.
to work her butt up to get the money,
Mm-hmm.
right? Money that could go to her kids. It's like, hey, I'm going to trust that this person's not going to scam me, and I'm actually going to get the results in real life. Fine. What I'm saying is, can they? But what you're saying is, no, there's no guarantee. We're not allowed to do guarantee. Where it's like, if you don't get this result, you would definitely get your money refunded. Some sort of contract with them, which most companies do. But I'm saying I have not seen, and maybe you're right to that, a credit repair company say that, hey, if you don't have this done, if we don't have this done in 3 months, we'll return your money because we understand your situation.
Yeah, but that's not a mindset that you need to have with this. That type of mindset will not give you success. That's what I'm letting you know. That type of mindset is a failed mindset. You put in all the chips, bro. It has to work or it has to work. There is no, it's not going to work. It's about the effort you put in. My program, and I can only speak on my program, can't speak on anybody else's program. You are accountable. So if you fail, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, because there's people that's using the same framework, the same teachings to get 128 accounts deleted in 2 days. There's people that's doing that. And you're telling me that learning what I'm teaching, you're not able to get one account deleted? You're probably not following the steps. The question becomes, when do we stop trying to, and this is not to you, my brother, but when do we stop? When do we stop? When do we stop to hold ourselves accountable versus looking for somebody to blame when something doesn't work?
Right. I think it's more like, oh, I have a product that says that I know for sure it works, right? I know for sure this product works because you know what? I'm going to write the letter. Because usually in these situations, the person isn't writing the letter. They're just working on what is being fed to them. What I'm saying is, after they have done what they're told to do, but no results.
Do it again. And you do it again. And you do it again. That's how it works. You will be tested. You will be tried. They will pretend not to get your letter. They will pretend that you don't know what you're talking about. They will pretend they don't know what you're talking about. They will pretend everything under the sun. The question is, do you have the fortitude to keep on going?
So
One question. Hold on, bro. Let me answer this Queen's question. Hold on. Queen, you were asking a question. I don't want you to think I'm forgetting your question.
No, finesse your student.
Okay. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Just how to fix it for because I'm getting I have a lot of medical debt, so I'm curious what I need to do to get that off and how to fix it.
Well, the new law where medical collections is concerned is that if it's under 500, it's not supposed to be in your report, right? So identify all the medical collections that's under 500. That in itself shouldn't be on there. So if it's 500 or more that's on there, what you can do is use the FDCPA, or you can get my debt collection killer pack that breaks down and give you a training on how to delete any collections.
Okay.
So if you text the word, if you have a debt collection, write this down for me. If you have a debt collection issue, text the word validation. I'm going to give you a number to text the word validation to. So text the word validation to 917-810-3329. That's going to give you access to my debt collection killer pack. I have a webinar and a detailed workbook. Complete the workbook. If you complete that workbook, you will not be intimidated by any collection agency. It has the new law, the factors of the new law, the stages of the new law, what is required under the new law, and what they're supposed to give you in terms of disclosures. So text the word validation to 917-810-3329, and that will give you access to the debt collection killer pack. And that information will change your life about debt collection. Because guess what? 15 USC 1692 CC, in writing, a consumer can refuse to pay a debt collector. You do not have to pay a debt collector. This is law. The rain didn't make stuff up. This is law. And this is why when you come into university, you will, there is absolutely no way you joining the university, you will come out the same. So the number is, I see some people asking for the number. So it's validation. Text the word validation to 917-810-3329.
Yeah, I think you got the number pinned.
Yeah, it's pinned on Instagram, but I have people on YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and everywhere. So let me put it in the chat. 917-810-3329. So you get my point, brother? Where there's a will, there's a way. People need to recognize when it's time. If it doesn't cost you, it doesn't make sense. It has to cost. There was a reason why the Most High needed sacrifices. Say again, brother?
I get it. I know that work has to be done on both ends and so forth, and you have to follow instructions. I was just talking about the individual that is selling, or the entrepreneur. I was talking about them backing up their product, right? So that, I guess that was my point. It's like, okay,
well, that's one of the reasons why you need to see testimonials. And I'm not saying for everybody that's starting out, no, they'll have the testimonial. They'll know to do the stuff, but guess what? Somebody got to first do it. And that's the other thing too. A lot of people want to sit on the sidelines waiting for testimonials, and nobody's willing to jump. Somebody got to jump. Who's going to jump? Who's going to jump? Somebody got to jump and build a parachute on the way down. That's me. That's what I do. I'm not going to sit and wait for somebody to show me their results. No, I am jumping because I am going to build my parachute on the way down to get my results. And they do not give us at all, which is a federal violation.
Okay.
We got to recognize live access suspended. You can go live as a host. Man, I'm telling you, I do not like TikTok, I don't like them at all, man. They be limiting the live, like I can only go live for like an hour and a half.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
That's not true because people been on live for hours.
Bro, I'm telling
You
you,
gotta do something.
it's because of the game. I'm telling you, bro. It's the game that I'm giving. Bro, y'all don't even know, man.
You giving too much knowledge for these
Too
people.
much.
Like that.
And
Right.
do you guys know that why is the credit industry one of the most regulated industry? The thing that you need most that they don't even teach none of you in school, they regulate it so much. It is not being taught in no school. It's not being taught in colleges. You come out with student loan debt and late payments, don't know what to do with it. You come out with a degree that you spend $100,000 to get, making only $45,000 a year. How are you going to pay that 100K back? With 35% goes to tax, another 17 or 20% that goes to living expenses. Then you might have a kid. Then you might want to use 10% to at least have somewhat of a decent life, to buy clothes, shoes, go out for travel. You're left with 5%. Then what? What are you going to do with that?
Right.
Pay student loans, then you got 3% left. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do with 3%? What are you going to do with 3%? Tell you, you're going to always be trapped in the rat race. That's the design of the system. This is why they be cutting me off lives.
I agree with you.
It is a trap. It's like, have you ever read the story of the donkey that the guy that was riding the donkey, he just put a carrot in front of the donkey, and all the donkey did was walk trying to catch a damn carrot?
Right.
What if the donkey had stopped, turned his head around, bit the damn arm off, then the arm fell on the ground, then he'd have his carrot, right?
There you go.
But we are programmed. We are so programmed. Go to school, get a job. I got a high school diploma. A high school diploma. I teach people with PhDs. Education and a degree on a wall doesn't mean anything. It's a goal for a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But do not believe for a second that you have to be going to school to be successful. I'm here to be the bad bearer of bad news, but you don't. You don't.
I can see that.
I know too many people who went to school are in debt. So.
And they don't even know anything about your credit. My point is, when we become serious about taking our lives in our own hands, that's when you're going to start seeing changes in your own life. But you have to come to the realization that, it has to cost. When it costs you, you're going to pay attention. If it was your last $3,000 or $5,000 you had, and you joined the program, your only thought should be, I'm all in. I just invested everything that I had into myself. I am all in. Darain, this has to work.
So with that, right? I mean, I'm trying to have a transparent, objective conversation. With that, I would say, and man, fuck it. I mean, I don't owe anyone anything, so I'm gonna call names. But it's like, so I did the HIM 500 program, right? And it was expensive.
Well, it's expensive if you believe it is. It's not really.
But yeah, it costs a lot of money, right? Based on what I allocate. Like once you create your budget, it's like, okay, cool. This is for education. This is for this, that, and so forth. And it's fine. I invested in it. So because he usually goes off place, right? So I followed his instructions.
I'm already on my last. If I had it, I would invest it.
Right. No, like so what I'm saying is I follow his instructions, but like the results that everyone was getting in the testimony, me not so much, right? And then it's like, okay, well, cool. Well, you have to have certain things lined up for you. Like, for example, he talks about the credit points, right? So you have to have certain points, and like, so basically, absolutely no derogatory, no whatever, before you can get to work on this plate. But you don't know that unless you access the program, and accessing the program costs thousands of dollars, right? So now you do that. It's like, cool. Well, whatever worked for that short time frame, whatever Navy Federal play worked for that short time frame, well, the time is over and it doesn't work, but I still have directors on my credit. So like, I really can't use this play. And then you jump to the next guy. Fine. What's next, right? And it's like, well, it costs you a lot of money doing those things. So I understand what you're saying about, just jump into it and have faith, right? That makes sense. But it's like, well, then you do that. Then you get, of course, like with the HIM 500. And then it's like, it's a play, but you don't know that it's a play until you actually buy the program to get into the program. Fine, now you squander money. Now, okay, now fine, let's find the next thing that actually works. So
all right. So let me
kind of went back to my point.
So I got some comment for that. Hold on. So the same program that you're talking about, right? I joined that program and I made million. There's other people in there.
So then the question becomes,
no, let me finish. There's other people in there that's made millions, right? There's other people in there that's made multiple six figures. What are the common factors? You have to be patient enough to read and get and learn the information before you go out there to do it. A lot of times, a lot of people get one thing, and before you learn that thing, you're running a play, missing everything else. Right? There's a feedback. Someone needs to go on mute. Brother man, maybe it's you. Could you go on mute for me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, not you, Tia, not you. All right, there's a feedback somewhere.
I'm on mute, so it's not.
No, it's not you. It was somebody else. There was a bad feedback. So I'm very glad that you brought this point up, because 90% of people that purchase courses do not finish. They do not finish. The 10% that finish the course, you're gonna see people getting extraordinary results, but then someone is going to say, well, I got the same program and it didn't work. The program wasn't the problem. The person was the problem. If you are supposed to go back right now, I'm telling you this. If let's say you took one thing, options trading by Knots, and you spent 2 to 3 months dedicated to learning options, within your 4th month, you can start making $1,000 a day. I know that for a fact, because I have done it, running 7 companies, and there's hundreds of other people right now that's making thousands of dollars a day learning options. That's one. Number 2, a lot of people in there have financial, I like that pinky up finesse, have their own credit repair businesses, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. The information in there works if it is executed. So the reason why I can say this off of Marcus' project, because Marcus made me a millionaire. Marcus gave me a product. I went and I took a year off to learn and master this product I got from Marcus, came back, and I became a millionaire off of it. My point is, the information that you get, if you do not execute on the things you learn, well, let's look at the man in the mirror. Why didn't it work?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, with that program I just mentioned, right? The first thing, I mean, and you and the program too, so you know, it's like, hey, fix your credit to where so you want to have certain points in your credit, right? So it's like, one of it is like, okay, well, have no derogatories. Make sure you have no derogatories in your credit, right? So you can get your score up to this. It's like, okay, that's cool. But it's like the letters that were sent through the program for me on my end, and I tried multiple times. I would know did not work to remove
But
those
those
problems
letters are outdated.
in that program. But the thing is, I had already paid for the program.
Mhm.
So after paying, right. So it's like after paying for the program, you sent the letters expecting it to work. It's like, nah, well, no. So
Well,
it's like, and that
you got to do your due diligence, brother.
I didn't get the directories off.
But you got to do your part too. Go ahead, Finesse.
Right, so
Can
the
I
part
interject,
was
please?
done, right?
Yeah,
So
go ahead. Hold on. We got somebody on IG that wants to make a comment to what you're saying. Go ahead, Finesse.
I've been itching myself because I just want to say something. I understand, like, I'm sorry, I can't address you. I don't know your name.
His name is Tia.
I don't think it would be fair. Like, I understand where you're coming from in terms of your experience that you've had with a different mentor, but respectfully, Doreen is not him 500. And I'm just being honest. I'm being transparent.
Right, so it was an example.
I've bought a Shopify course and a Amazon FBA course. I've spent thousands on courses, and ultimately, if you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to have the passion to study that beyond what the course is. The course is simply a guidance, but you have to put in the work yourself to know what you're talking about. I was already studying. I got results off just watching Doreen's YouTube videos. So when I came across and I found the challenge, I was like, yo, if I was able to do this with the free information, imagine what I can get if I give him money, if I participate, if I'm on the back end, if I can ask him questions. And so all of that happens.
Clear and fair, I was referencing an example. It has nothing whatsoever to do with Darren's program. I mean, I see that he's speaking directly from certain laws and stuff like that, which I can actually follow and read up on. So again, to be clear, I'm not speaking of his program whatsoever. We're discussing specifically the program that we both took with the HIM 500 program.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I think you're missing her point. Her point is this: irregardless of the program works if the person executing the program executes it. That's the play. All right, I'm gonna show you something. Hey, Yannick, are you available? I didn't even see that Edwin is in the building. All right, so now it's gonna be a whole party. Yannick and Edwin, are you guys able to speak? Let me see if I can invite you guys up. Let me see if you guys can speak.
There's a couple more things I wanted to touch on.
Oh, I want you to spill all the tea.
Okay, I got a tea. Let me tell you. So I don't know if you guys want the real testimonial or just like, the shortcut, the short answer.
Spill what you need to spill.
I came across Doreen on YouTube, started watching the videos, started sending out letters, like based off just what I heard, got results. I was like, cool, boom. Simultaneously, I'm blowing up on TikTok. People are asking me like, hey, can you do this for me? I'm like, okay, well, I need to know what I need to do. So I'm thinking, this is my mindset at the time. He has a general admission. Why would I pay for it? Why? But then I'm like, but let me see what it looks like. So boom. I take a loan out. I take a personal loan out because I'm like, I need to get this done. I buy Ultra because I'm like, if I'm going to spend any money, I need to ask questions. I need to be involved. I need to know what's going on. So boom, I pay the Ultra. We hop in. I learned like in those 5 days between those hours, I learned more than I could have even imagined. And the idea behind a mentorship is you are essentially starting the race 10 minutes before the other people are starting, because you're going to already know where the hurdles are before you even reach them. If you do come across a hurdle, you have someone to come to Sundays and Mondays to ask those questions to help you along those processes. And so, boom. So I get university. I put my rent money up. I'm like, yo, this is real. This is real. Like if I'm about to do this, I'm about to do it right. Put my rent money up. When I tell you, I don't like to throw numbers out there. I know they're not really big numbers, but within 3 weeks, I made $5,500. So I made my money back from the challenge. I made my money back from the university, and I made my rent back. So I have savings. What did I do? I immediately started investing into my company, right? So now I'm on the next level. I'm in the box now at this point. So the idea behind this is
when you spend money, you need to spend it with the right person, right? I didn't, first of all, like, I should have done this, but I didn't, just because of the way that Durain is just a genuine person in terms of like actually wanting to help, right? I hop on lives and he's wishing grandmas happy birthday and all these things. How does he know their grandmas? I don't know. But I was like, this man actually cares. He's not like all the other mentorships that I've purchased. So I'm like, boom, you can have all my money. I didn't even know what the box was. I was already willing to give you all my money. So, and then I just wanted to touch on Tia, you had said something about like single mothers and how can they afford this. I understand that completely. My inbox is flooded with stories about mothers living in their car with 3 children, and life is tough, right? In January to April, I was selling all of my crypto to buy groceries, eating top ramen. I didn't know what I was doing, right? I like, life was hard. It was my rock bottom. But you have to be able to be resilient through that process. Single mothers are, I grew up with a single mother. I know what it's like to have $40 or $100 for back to school shopping. I understand it completely. But ultimately, what's going to get a single mother or any person in a situation like that out of that is their mindset. And maybe it's you figure out other resources to get you through that time. And so that's the most important thing. I have to say that since participating in the university and the mentorship, my mindset has drastically changed. What I see for myself, I couldn't even dream before this, because I'm thinking like, how can I help people? How can I go beyond like how do I serve in my purpose? How do I help people? And I found that. And so I don't know, that's just something I wanted to throw out there. And my video had blew up to over 300,000 views. The other one is at 800,000,
Let's
like
go.
850,000 views. And against Durain's advisement, I offered to do free consultations. I made myself available for people because I was like, we couldn't move into a new apartment because my mom had an eviction. She was a single mom. Let me make myself available for those people. Let me be that resource. When I tell you, out of those 92 booked consultations, the first, only like 17 followed the instructions to even maintain the appointment. The first 10, 2 followed instructions and 1 showed up. So the idea behind us charging is simply because we understand our value. Thank you, Durain, for helping me realize that, because I was booked out for a month and a half. Am I going to sit around every Saturday, Sunday, and on my free hours from 5 to 8 p.m. my time, helping people that don't even want to help themselves? So the idea is, maybe you need credit repair. Maybe you need to learn how to DIY. So save your money, stack up. You don't have to come out with it in one day. You could save over the course of 6 months. But ultimately, whether you subscribe or learn how to do this under a paid mentorship or not, you have to understand that you're going to be paying that same $750 in a different way. Mm-hmm. And it's going to happen for a longer time period because that's incorporated into your interest rates, your car note, everything. Mm-hmm. You're paying it anyway. So why not understand and learn how to do this and be able to do this beyond just this time? Anyway, I get very passionate about this now, and I'm really excited. And I just had to speak on that because, Tia, I understand where you're coming from, and I had the same, mindset as well. And I made myself available for people for free, and they didn't even take advantage of that opportunity. So, our time is valuable. We understand and we know what we know. We get results. We turn things around. And it ultimately just depends on how much are you willing to put in. If you can't afford the services, then you need to learn how to do it on your own. And if you don't have the time to do it on your own, you have to understand that you're going to be paying for it, whether it's in time or in money. And just ultimately your mindset. You need to be resilient. And not you specifically, but just anybody that hops in this realm of anything, you're going to go through like the 5 stages of grief. You're going to be happy that you know about it. You're going to be angry that like, why didn't you know about this sooner? And you're going to go through all these things. You're going to go through this wave of emotions, but ultimately you're going to come out with a different mindset because you know that no one can take advantage of you beyond this point. And so anyway, Durain, I just want to also take a second to thank you for being you, because like even me, just hearing myself speak this way now, I never had this behind me. I don't know if you know how I would speak before I met you. I'd be like, oh, well, maybe. No, Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
quite a change.
I will fly out to New York at some point for dinner, but anyway, I just had to hop in and say all this because I'm like, no, it's not. It's not that.
Okay, well, yeah, so like for clarity, you know that I'm not saying definitely give your service for free. It took you a lot of time, money, resources to be able to acquire the level of expertise that you have. That's not what I'm saying for free. What I'm saying is, okay, let's say you do someone's credit, not them. You do it for them. You then mail the letter out yourself to those companies. What I'm saying is there a program that exists where you say, okay, well, hey, you know what, since I'm the one that's writing the letter and sending it to Equifax, TransUnion, or wherever, I'm going to say, hey, within 90 days, within a year, within 2 years, 10 years, if this thing does not come off your credit, I give you $3,000 back. That was the original question. So that doesn't.
Well, that goes to depend on the people, on the person's business model.
With their effort, it has to do with the you know, like the certainty.
Yeah, but that's different people's business model. It's not fair, and I want you to think of it this way. Do you think it's fair if someone's working for somebody for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and to do that service for free?
No, again, not free. So
No, but it's free if they do a refund. No, think about it. Nope, think about it. And this,
if something goes wrong,
yeah, he comes back and he fixed the roof. If something's wrong with the roof, the guy that you paid, he comes back and he fixed the damn roof. Because that's what he was getting paid for, to fix the roof. So if there was a leak, hey, there's a leak over there, come back, fix the leak, and you'll be on your way. The point is, it's like saying you go to the 6-figure job that you have, and the boss saying, all right, I'm not going to pay you until the company makes money. That's because you're disregarding the person's time, the person's effort, the person's resources that they're using to buy and mail these letters out and stamps. The time it takes to read through the person's consumer reports.
I'm saying that they pay the full amount. Let's say they charge the person $10 million. Fine. They pay that $10 million. But what I'm saying is, say, hey, well, after a year, if your credit isn't fixed because I trust my system, I then return your $10 million. That's all I'm asking. I mean,
that's a personal thing. Different business have different business models. So I can't speak on a business model like that because my business doesn't use a business model like that. Can some people do it? Absolutely. Will some do it? Yes. Will some do it? No. But it's hard to put everybody in one box and say that they're going to do this. You can't. Different people got different business models.
I'm stating that I have not seen a company do that, and I'm saying that in the future, at some point or whatever, like, would you be able to do that in the future?
You could be the person that do it. You could be the person that do it. See, the thing about success is this, why a lot of people be successful is because they see a need, right? You see a need for something, and if somebody's addressing that problem, guess what? You be the person to address it. So maybe what you're looking for, you could become the solution to what you're looking for. And for everybody now that's looking for that same solution, you become that person. So it could be a simple situation where you're seeing something that we're not seeing. So become the person that solves that issues. So everybody that looks and thinks in the direction of where you're going can do it.
Yeah, no, so basically it's a short answer of no. Yeah, no, and I definitely get it. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm not taking the entrepreneur journey of nor do I wish to write this moment of becoming a credit repair specialist. It's more like, hey, I have these things on my credit which I want to remove. I also do real estate, so you know, I have a lot of clients that come through and it's like, hey, I really want to buy this home, but I have issues. So then I'm like, okay, well, I need to filter out which credit repair specialist to send you to where I'm protecting my clients as well. I guess that's where these questions are coming from.
Yeah, but if you're unable to trust a credit repair company, be the person that you trust. That's what I'm saying. Become the person you trust. because there's always going to be trust issues. See, there's nobody I trust more than me. So if I know that there's going to be issues or potential issues, and with people making guarantees or warranties, I'm that guy who's just going to do it. That's just me. So it's like what you are looking for. If you're not seeing it, you just gotta become the person that does it. It's either that or you're just always gonna have this unsolved problem.
I get it. I get it.
All right. So we got Edwin on stage. Edwin, I haven't seen you in a minute, Edwin. So I hope you've made a couple six figures and you went on vacation somewhere and you're telling me about a Christmas gift that you're gonna send to me. What's going on, Edwin?
What's going on with you, Darren? Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. Just been busy, doing some more things, but I'm still doing my credit repair for people.
All right.
Everything going good.
So for those of you who don't know Edwin, right? Edwin is one of the first person that joined up when I started, right? And if I was to put a count on the amount of collections, Edwin deletes everything, but for some reason he hates collection companies. Just he despises collection companies. And in the course of over a year, Edwin's had, I want to say, close to 500 collection accounts deleted. Like I'm talking about 19, 20, 30 collections, 8 student loans. I'm talking about in batches for a whole year. So, Edwin, for anybody out there that is on the fence regarding joining the university and learning not even joining the university, but willing to learn and execute the stuff that you learn, that you have changed so many families' life on, what would you say to somebody right now that got collections, that got late payments, that got charge-offs, that believes that it's on the report and there's nothing I can do about it? These student loans are on there. They came out of forbearance. They have late payments. Now they're reporting negatively and there's nothing I can do. Like, what would you say to someone who has negative items that don't believe that it's possible to get them deleted?
Hey, me, I tell them, you know what I'm saying, to get with me or you, join the group. If you can't afford the group, get with one of us. You know what I'm saying, to be able to assist you in the process and don't be fearful. No, it's all right, you know what I'm saying, to have different things and don't know, but now you're in the right place where knowledge is possible. So the knowledge is here, just go ahead and jump. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, you won't be ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? Just come on and go. Come on and jump. Join, jump, you know what I'm saying? Call me or Dwayne, you know what I'm saying? Don't mind helping.
So, guys, what I'm saying is, and what we're saying is, it's important to have someone in your corner that's been down the road. This is what cuts down the time. Someone that has been down the road, that got the results that you're looking for. Pay that person so that person can get the results for you. We gotta stop dipping our toes inside the pool. Like we dip our toe in, oh my God, it's cold. Just jump in the pool. I promise you, once you jump in, your body will get acclimated with the water. That's just how it works. Like the most student loans that I've seen deleted in one round, I think there's more, but I think Yannick might hold the record. He got 11 student loans deleted in I believe one round. Yannick, probably more than that, but if you're able to unmute, what, like, before you were able to get those done, what was your belief about student loans, and then what changed?
Student loans, you're gonna have to pay them off. I already had like 11 closed accounts, really. Another open account. Everybody tells me you're gonna have to pay it off. You the realest, I ain't gonna lie. Cause like, I'd say within 1 month, I got 11 student loans taken off. Before I even joined, I had medical bills taken off from the free stuff, you know. it's awesome. I got late payments taken off after I got my student loans taken off. And if you really do everything he teach us to do, step by step, also not just do it and go through the motions, actually learn how to fish. And so you can be able to rebuttal what the company say to you. Like, I hear a lot of y'all questions, and it's like, y'all joined the course, but y'all really not listening. You know, who do you need to address? When you need to address? How to address? This is stuff that he teaches. And I'm a testimony. Also, Finesse, she motivated me. She started way after me, and she's like a trailblazer, you know. So, and then Edwin, I contact Edwin almost every other week for advice if I can't get to Durain. This course is like it's value way more than what he's asking for. So that's my testimony.
Good. How's my friend doing? How's your partner doing? Is she good?
Yeah, she's doing good. So
she's studying?
I got to tell you about that.
Okay, give me the sauce, bro. Why you holding out on me?
I be forgetting because it be coming out so like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about the big stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, like charge-offs and stuff like that. The little stuff, collections, stuff like that. That's nothing. Inquiries, that's nothing.
These people are savages, man. What do you mean collections ain't nothing anymore and inquiries are nothing anymore?
Inquiries, that's the easiest. Inquiries, you don't even really have to write letters. I mean, it's some stubborn companies, or it may not be the stubborn company. It might be how you fishing. You might not know how to poise yourself on the phone, so you might have to write letters. You know, so you still got to take the steps to do what you need to do. But inquiries, collections, medical payments, those are the easiest stuff to fall off.
True. Very true. So tell me about the progress. Dude, I want to hear.
What the progress?
Yeah.
What got really excited right now, I'm still dealing with this charge-off, but I got a great lawyer in my county, in my city.
Oh, you found one. Great.
Yeah, yes. And he really don't know. So the thing about what Duran teach you, some of these attorneys don't know. They don't know what we coming. So when I did my complaint and I posted, so another thing is I post almost everything I do, so you can learn from me, and because I learn from everybody in the group. But when I posted, I did my complaint. I gave him my complaint, so now he can improve my complaint, and I also show him that I'm not playing. And he also see how I'm coming with these laws. This is not the typical way of how credit reported cleaners, how they clean credit. We come in a whole different way. We don't do goodwill letters, like you said. We tell them what we want.
Yeah, goodwill letters are shit, man. I'm telling y'all. Goodwill letters are shit. Like if you're hearing the sound of my voice right now, don't ever send out another goodwill letter. Do not do it.
And I sent a goodwill letter in December of last year, but I got my late payment off of 2 letters this year, and it came off. So goodwill letters, you admitting to something that you didn't do. And when you know the law, you can get anything you want off. And I'm in real estate, so I'm trying to leverage my credit. But your FICO score don't got nothing to do with your credit.
So, point that I'm making is, so first of all, shout out to Uncle Don. He's in the clubhouse room right now. He's been a great dude for over the last year that I've known him. And people might say whatever they want to say about Uncle Don. I don't care. I've seen Uncle Don put a lot of people on, gave them platforms for them to speak on. So I want to say, I haven't been on Clubhouse really in a minute, but I definitely want to give you your flowers, Uncle Don. So shout out to you for always providing a platform that a lot of people can get help, that a lot of people get services needed. So shout out to you for building a great platform. So I definitely want to give you your flowers while you're here. I don't want nobody to say, yo, well, Uncle, no, no, no. Tell the guy to his face when you see him. You've been doing a great job, bruv. Keep doing it.
Well, man, let me just say this. On the serious side, we're not like two pastors. I got frat brothers that are pastors in LA, and they may know a pastor in New York, and they'll come to the church, and then they get that pastor 20 or 30,000 to take back home, and then he come visit them. And I'm not saying it's a scam, but I got so many relatives that are pastors and so many frat brothers, and they help each other out. But I can tell you guys that I've been doing personal credit since probably 89, 88.
Before the rain was born. You can say it before the rain was born. You can say it.
But I'm here to tell you guys, my credit was effed up. When I went to college, I got them free credit cards, and my credit was 4 something. I don't know what it was. And I started getting mentors. That's the best thing I did. That is what I'm opening my mouth now to tell you guys. I got mentors at like 19 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. There was no app like this. There was no internet like this. There was nothing. Space, whatever it was, space something. But it wasn't no internet like this. And definitely not no social rooms. And I started to meet different people because I was in New York when I left school for 6 years, worked on Wall Street. And I had frat brothers there in Brooklyn, Queens. I had frat, and a couple of them were doing credit, and they were entertainment lawyers. Richard Bates, Cliff, DJ Tommy Allen, the rest in peace. And I started to get interested in this credit game, especially since I was being a stockbroker. And everybody was teaching me different things. And I started learning the CPN, mastering that, just picking up different pieces of people that was doing it. And then around the mid-90s, I started to venture over and start getting more and more interested in this business credit because the information it's like people were giving me different bits of like disagreeing. It was very complex. So I started being like a Barbara Walters going on tour, learning from CPAs, I had a sister that worked at Equifax. My real sister, we have the same father, different mothers. I started to just be like an interviewer, during just going around the country from Jackson, Mississippi, back to LA and everything in between. And I started just picking up. And then I had so many fraternity brothers and brothers that were in different fraternities, Kappas and Qs, and they worked at the bank. And I started talking and building my contacts up from them. So I'm here to tell you that I've read every book. I've seen almost every video since '94 on credit. If I pick up somebody's book, it is probably going to bore the shit out of me. When I read it, I'm telling you, if I read 36 chapters in a book, I probably would learn one thing. It would be maybe 5 things that refresh my memory, but maybe one thing that I just totally never knew. Okay? I'm here to tell you, 2 of my people and part of, when I say my people, they're blood relatives of mine. And they're part of Deletion's organization. I did not even know. And they were boasting about this thing they spent some thousands of dollars on. And first off, they could have spent that $1,000 with me. I don't even know. They didn't tell me who he was. So, and 2 of them are in recession proof with 500, and one started talking about this program there in Texas that they got. So I said, okay. So when I went there on some nonprofit business, I want to see this program that they've been boasting about. And it was this gentleman up here, Deletion. So I'm looking at the program. He's got videos. It blew my mind. It's the consumer part of it is not me, and that's the real meat of it. That takes away the sales pitch. See, you can't. Laws are laws. And so when you study it from that standpoint, like he has, it's not about who has the best mouthpiece. It's not about trying to be slick. No one can outlaw you.
See, there's only one law. When you come to the table, that's why men don't have to have gunplay. If we both are Christian, both are Muslims, we believe in the Bible, we believe in Quran, whatever it is, when we can sit down at the table with a middleman and say, hey, Edwin, this is what the law says. Now we can shake hands. I can admit my wrong, shake hands, I apologize. We don't have to go to gunplay. And that's what happened with consumer laws. When you know a law, see, it takes out all the conversation. Documentation will always beat conversation. So when you have laws, and when I looked at this material, it's overkill. I've never seen that much material, and I kind of felt bad because I hadn't paid all this money. And I didn't keep the password, and I didn't ask for it again because, I mean, I could have, my relative, but, you know, I'm like, what's the word? Black, what is it when you get something you ain't paying for it? But I did look at it for about 3 or 4 days, and I said to anybody, the money that they spent, I guess you had some kind of special, it was still expensive, a few $1,000s or whatever it is they paid for it. But I'm here to tell you that material, to have it all under one roof, is overkill with all the videos, all the consumer. I mean, it should have blown you. I said to myself, who the hell did, where did he get this done? He had to go to like NBC studio or fly down to the Philippines. I have no idea where he got it done, but it's a walking, talking. It's like having me and Durain and Flame and anybody you respect and credit all inside of this one little damn capsule. And speaking, the information is way more than anybody on this app or anybody else app. So I have to give you flowers, number one, to know that. And when I met him in Atlanta, I spend a lot of money on seminars. And I went there, and this guy, you know, has an accent. And he comes up to me and says, hey, Uncle Don. And I said to him, hey. And I went down. I was with my other buddy, Dream, who I had just met. I know him on the app, you understand me, but I had never met him in person. So he saw me again, and he said, hey, what's up, Uncle Don? You know, he's a very nice gentleman. And I said, hey, what's up? You know, I'm not knowing who this guy is. He's not gay. He's not bisexual, but he keeps trying to talk to me. And I don't know why he's talking to me. So I said, maybe I know him from prison. Maybe I know him from a gang. Maybe he's my frat brother. And I gave him a challenge. He's not my frat brother. So I'm like, why is this guy? He's not bothering me, but he's being so nice. I don't know who the F he is. So I'm sitting there, and then they start giving out awards. These people have to make at least $100,000 or $150,000 a month to be eligible for this damn recession-proof award. So I'm sitting there, and then they said his name, and that name, I said to myself, damn, I think that's that guy to be coming in my room sometime. I'll be moderating, because my room is one of the longest. It is the longest running financial credit room. A lot of these moderators you see that have rooms came from my room. So when they said his name and he got this trophy about as tall as me and all this and that, he's doing over $150,000, $200,000 a month. And then I sat there and I started thinking, I wonder, is that the guy? Nah. I said, that guy's real humble. Most guys just doing that kind of money ain't humble. So I said, I don't think that's him. So I went over to him. Then I went over to him this time. I said, man, what's up? He's been to me 3 times. I said, what's going on? I said, where do you know me from? Uncle Don, you don't know it's me, right? I said, you be coming in my room? He said, yeah. I said, and this was the next day. I said, oh, shit, why he didn't say that? Because I would have been like, did lunch with him or really, I never knew who the fuck he was. And then when he finally told me who he was, I hugged him and all this and that. Then I sat back down. I said, man, I know him. He always comes in my room. Not that often. He doesn't come on the app too long. But I didn't know who he was. So that's how we met, and I felt real bad. And I said to myself, I wouldn't have been hanging around your bum ass. I'd have been hanging around him. You know, so it was funny as hell. But at the end of the day, as I get off the mic, extremely humble. Maybe you didn't mention, they're in recession proof. I hope you guys know that's the brother, the young brother.
This one was with Nehemiah. We went to the inner circle with Nehemiah.
Right. It was Nehemiah. That's right, Nehemiah. Right, it was Neo. But you're right. But they had a lot of heavy hitters in there. Myron Goldman. You had the who's who in the business world. And so I was just listening. And then the last, if I can take 30 more seconds, right? I did Durain again. Durain, remember that guy, I Am Law, the Lamb, the guy that makes almost $300 million doing electronic stuff. You know, talking about the email, ebooks and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, had enough gold on it to look like Lil Wayne and Drake.
Yep.
Hey, now this is gonna make you really laugh. You think I was stupid not knowing who you were? Watch this. I go get coffee because one of the guy that was speaking wasn't a little boring, but whatever. I took a little coffee break. So I go and get me some coffee, and this guy standing there looking like a fake Lil Wayne or something. He got a whole, like an emperor or something. All this goddamn gold and silver, platinum, and he can tell it ain't fake. That shit blinding me. So I'm getting my gold. He's getting his gold. I do notice he got like a bodyguard, but I'm thinking he's a Atlanta drug dealer. I don't know who the hell he is. So he says, I say to him, I'm gregarious, I'm friendly. I say, what's up? He says, what's up? Nice guy. I said, how you doing? He said, how you doing? Who are you? I'm like, shit, you know, I'm Uncle Don. He's like, oh, okay. Like you don't give a fuck. And then I say, he says, what do you do? I tell him what I do. And then I messed up. Right, look, I said, and I wrote an ebook. He said, you wrote an ebook? I said, yeah, I have no idea who I'm talking to. He says, wow, how'd you do on your ebook? I said, I made like $5,000 my first year. If you want me to help you, I will. He said, I don't know who I'm talking to. That's like me helping you with your consumer credit. He looked at me and said, you would help me? I go, yeah. He said, what'd you charge me? I said, I wouldn't charge you anything. I just want to help you get an ebook out. He said, that's real nice of you. And how much did you make again? I said, I made almost $5,000. I'm bragging. He says, wow, that's impressive. So he walks away. I go back and sit down. This dude is introduced as the keynote of the keynote speakers. And when he starts talking, what does he do? He shows his bank account. I've never seen a guy do it. He showed his damn Wells Fargo account, put it on the screen. Am I lying?
Nope.
He said, you know how bank account I got all day. This day I made 80,000. This day 140,000. Every day did 100. He had 2 days.
It was the ClickFunnels. He opened up the back end of the ClickFunnels.
Yeah, he showed his bank deposits. He's on track to make like 280 million or something like that. Crazy number, selling ebooks and all this electronics, ebooks mainly. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, I'm telling this guy that I can help him write a damn ebook. The bottom line is I spent a couple $1,000 to be in that room. You have to pay to come to the table. You've got to be around people like that. This brother in here now, why there's not 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in this room, I have no idea. He's not a bragger. He doesn't boast. He won an award. His receipts, I was there. To be eligible to get the receipt, to get that award, you have to be doing over 100 or 100. I don't remember. He knows. I think it was $100,000 or $150,000 a month. He won the goddamn trophy. You were talking to a guy that knows more about credit than me, and I know a lot about it. I haven't met anybody. I saw that video shit that he got. It's worth every dime, and I'm here to tell you, most people's stuff is overrated. I understand. I'm going over my time. My assistant, Joanne, one of the guys on this app who hates my guts. I also hate his guts. I'm trying not to, but I do. And I saw his ebook. My assistant got it for free. Devontae, when I read his ebook, I said, now I see why he hates me. That business ebook he has is YouTube University. It teaches you Uline and Granger, anything you can find at the kindergarten level. When you see this gentleman, now I understand why he hates me. Because the only reason why black men or any man would hate somebody is number one, money, number two, a woman, and number three, jealousy. Well, me and him I don't owe him no money. He don't owe me no money. Number two, he's married. I ain't trying to get with his wife, and I ain't got no woman. And so number three, the only thing left, is jealousy. I'm here to tell you, when I read his stuff, I understood why he hates. He really gonna hate you, Dwayne. Probably assassinate your ass. So at the end of the day, I'm telling everybody in this room on this beautiful, I don't say Black Friday because to me that insults me, Black Friday. But I'm here to tell you guys, this gentleman here knows more about credit than anyone that I've ever met, and he's put it all under one umbrella. You need to if you get that information, and I seen it. I wasn't supposed to see it, but trust me, I seen it. I'm here to tell you, I've seen no paperwork. Every consumer law, you can get lost in that shit for about, if you read it for 90 days, you can go on tour and talk credit. There's nobody on this app that would know more credit about you, including Uncle Don, because I don't even do personal credit no more. But I'm here to tell you guys, I don't thumb up, I don't kiss no man's ass. I don't give a thumbs up to somebody. If I like you and I know your stuff is trash, then I just don't say nothing because I know your stuff is trash, but I like you personally. I'm telling you, this gentleman right here, you need to get his information. It's pricey, but it's just like 31 Flavors. I land my plane. They sell 4 Baskin Robbins. Anybody ever heard of Baskin Robbins? When you go in their ice cream shop and they charge $4 or $5 for a damn scoop of daiquiri ice cream and cream, next time you go in, look by the clock. They have a slogan. Do you know what that slogan reads, Dwayne?
What?
I'm getting off the mic.
The best ice cream you will ever eat?
Nope, hell, it's way more. It got way more better than that. It says any man can make any product, put in an inferior ingredient, and charge for less. Any man can duplicate and make a product, put in an inferior ingredient, and charge less. If you don't understand what that means, let me break it down for you. In other words, they're not apologizing. They use real milk, real cream, real sugar, et cetera, and they want they goddamn $4.50. Me and Edwin, I'm picking on Edwin, I don't know the king, can make another ice cream across the street and use imitation butter and fake cream and charge $2.50. So they don't apologize. This brother material right here is the real shit. And if you're very serious about credit, not just for you, but I'm talking about for your spouse who got cockroach credit. I'm talking about your children who don't have the information. I'm talking about your auntie, your whole generation of people that in your family reunion, you can fix all of their goddamn credit. But more importantly than fixing it, you can educate them. And do you know the arrogance you have? You're like a mongoose to a cobra snake. It's poison. Jehovah created that mongoose where the poison doesn't do anything to him. So now you can get the inquiries off. You can always, for life, have a 740, 780 credit score by listening to this guy and getting his information. That's the highest endorsement I've ever gave anybody on this app. And I'm here to tell you, I've seen it. I've talked to him. I've seen him get his reward. But more importantly, there are a lot of people on this app that know a lot of shit, but their personality makes you not want to learn from them. They're extremely arrogant, and they don't have a spirit to want to see you do well. His people around him are also making money, so it's not like he's a drug dealer and everybody around him making minimum wage. So that right there tells you about his character. Apologize for the long...
No, it's all right. It's all right.
But I'm here to tell you guys, this guy is the real deal. He don't come on the app a lot because he ain't got time to. I wonder how these millionaires on the app every day, but and he really don't push hard and sell his shit. You know, you need to get like 10, 20 salespeople to sell his shit because nobody is touching this information. My name is Uncle Don, and thank you for the few flowers. But I'm here to tell you, this guy here is the real.
I'll be back on, man. It's just I've been working on a few things, Uncle Don. I'll be back on a more frequently, especially your rooms, because I love your rooms. I'll definitely be back on a lot more. It's just that sometimes you have to disappear to make some stuff, so when everybody is ready, you have what to give them. So it's just putting the systems, the automations, and the framework in place so that I'm not only helping consumers, but I also help credit repair business owners scale their credit repair business to making an extra 50 to 150,000 per year. So that program is almost finished, built out, and this is what been consuming my time. But going forward, I will be back on Clubhouse a lot more, sharing the information. I do know that it's extremely valuable information, and I've never really heard you speak that about anybody before. So right now I'm like, I don't remember if I sent you, like, is Uncle Don on my payroll, right? Like, I couldn't figure out if I hired you last week or not, because I've never heard that type of endorsement from you to anyone.
No, I don't go around unless I've seen it, and there's only 2 people stuff that I've seen before, and I've seen the receipts. But people, you got to understand, man, people hate you on this app for being real. People hate you on... I got very close friends, Dwayne, that I've been knowing since college. Uncle Don, don't be telling them people you went to prison.
Why not?
I'm not bragging about it. I want Edwin and who's this other brother? I can't see. Is it T? I don't want other brothers to go places I've been. I don't say it from a bragging point. Going to prison is stupid as F-U-C-K. And you can lose your life in there over a domino game. But, and I'm one person, right? I know how to kill. You Google my name, you're not going to find nothing about, I know how to take anything off the internet forever. So I didn't have to come on the app, but I'm transparent as they come because I left home at 15. I've been paying my own bills since I was in when I got out of youth authority in the 11th grade. I was locked up from the 4th grade to the 11th grade. So I don't give a damn about what other man say. And believe me, I'm a senior, still benching 405. I ain't turning down no fades. So I don't really care. But I go to prisons that I was at now. I was just there last month at one of the Camp Gonzales that I was locked up in. And I go there and I speak to these knuckleheads like I was to explain to them. And 3 years ago, I was doing 10 years, 121 months. I took over $23 million from B of A, making the best credit cards and IDs that I got a compliment from Secret Service. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing anything illegal now. And I'm trying to get people to see that you can get this bag legally from the bank. So that's my story. So at the end of the day, why then, if I'm not claiming Crip no more, I'm not affiliated with no gang, why would you have enemies on a social app? The only way you're going to have enemies is because I come on here and in my family, I'm very protective. You're not going to come in here selling these mortgage, hard money, lender, effed up loans, getting these people caught up in 30 and 40%. You're not doing that in my room. So what happens is when I can smell bullshit. So when people come up here trying to sell, there is a place for hard money lending. Let's be honest. You're trying to buy a property, you ain't got the money, you ain't got the credit. You can get 70 grand and flip it and make 40. I'll be the first one to tell you to take, who gives a damn about the 30% interest if you're going to make $30,000. I'm the first one to eat my own words. But when you're doing that to start a business, when you're taking this Al Capone, corrupt ass, high interest rate loan to buy a house or start a business, you are killing yourself. So you need to get with somebody like Duran, get your credit right, and get your credit up to 700, 720, so you don't get trapped in that high-ass interest rate. Well, that right there makes me have enemies because I'm attacking these predatory lenders pretending to sell products as if it's a loaf of bread when it's not. And that's my position. Just say what you are. If you have a high interest rate loan, again, there's nothing wrong with that. You need a bridge, you need a loan. But when you offer it to people as if it's a great product, I'm going to watch my mouth here because if I say something else, they'll be able to figure it out. But there's people on this app selling stuff, Duran, like they created it, and that shit been around since the 60s. And it's a high, I'm sitting there, I'm trying not to say the person's name. They're charging like $13,000 to $17,000 for information that I will give you for $52, and I ain't lying, I want my effing $52. My $52 is going for 2 waffles, some oxtails, and some eggs over medium with some goddamn cranberry juice.
Yo, somebody on YouTube, Uncle Don, somebody on YouTube just says, somebody on YouTube just said, get Uncle Don some waffles.
Anybody that know me know.
Yep, they said, get Don a waffle. Yep, it says, get Don a waffle.
I don't want no French toast. I want me some damn waffle. I want some eggs and some oxtails. And I give up all kind of game. But at the end of the day, don't be charging these people no $13,000 for something that I can tell them in an hour for $52. Well, the oxtails cost about 30 something. And then I got tipped the lady $15. But on the serious side, if you're going to package a product, seriously, I don't mind you making your money. But make sure the value is there. And that's what I'm telling you what this gentleman gives. And I have a university around. I'd love for you to come in here and teach one time.
Yeah, let me know. Just let me know.
You come in my university, I'll give you fucking money back. Excuse my French, queens. $2.99 a month. You get 2 classes from me. You're going to get an MBA on steroids mixed with Ivana, taught with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. I'm giving them comedy, but I'm giving them real shit on how it's going to work. And now some of these people on left and then started their own shit, don't give me no credit, but it ain't about me. I got the information. So I'm trying to share you guys. So that's why when I saw you, I was getting ready to open up my own room right now. And when
Yeah, I
saw
know
you
your rooms normally start around 8 o'clock. I do.
Yeah, but I haven't been doing. I backed away because I've had so much betrayal in my room.
But
I
that
kind of
happens
backed
too.
off
That happens too. You will have
Yeah, I
those.
backed off because I got people. And that's another thing. One thing I'm different is I'm real. If I'm gonna get on this phone, what you call this thing, app, and disrespect Mr. Edwin and act like a Crip and a Blood and a gangster disciple, when I see him in person, I'm not gonna act like my mother, rest in peace, like a Jehovah's Witness. When I see him, it's green light. We're gonna get out. So what I'm saying is, when you come on this app, don't be afraid to, in other words, be a man, be respectful, show respect, and let your words mean things. In other words, when you just because we're on this app, I'm sitting here in my underwear. I'm not gonna say something in the comfort of my home that when I see him in person, I got to apologize. So what I'm saying is, when I see these people that be talking all loose lips, they worse than these men are worse than women with their mouth. I'm the old school dude. Hey man, let's go in the bathroom where ain't no camera. You know what I mean? Let's handle this. And then guess what they tell me, Dwayne? You hit me. I'm calling the police. Wait a minute. You've been talking all this shit on this app in the Breakfast Club early in the morning, disrespecting me. Then when I see you in person, because I'm gonna pull up on you type of nigga. Now you talking about calling the popos? So at the end of the day, be who you are. It ain't about being tough. It ain't about being disrespectful. It's about be a man. And then talking to these women with these using the B word and all this kind of stuff. I ain't about all that. I stand on it. So that's my position. I'm trying to help people. Yes, I'm trying to get my waffle money. I ain't gonna lie. So if you ain't got at least $52, don't call me. But at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna get off this mic. I love what you're doing for the people, brother. The information you have, I haven't seen no book, no video, and I wrote my own ebook. Right now, you need to look at it. It's very small. It's about 40 pages. I break down.
Is the link in your bio? If it's in your bio, I'll definitely purchase
go to
it.
UncleDon10K.card. You'll see the link there.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy a copy.
Yeah, it's $19.
It's all right. I'll buy a
I want
copy.
you to read it. I don't like people buying my book if they're not going to read it. I've had a bunch of queens say they bought my book. I say, well, tell me what you liked about it. Oh, I haven't read it yet. I'm like, I'll give you your $19 back. I'm not paying my rent off that damn book. I want you to read the book. The material that Duran has, I'm telling you right now, it'll give you a headache. But you got to get your yellow pen, your legal pad, take notes. But when you talk to that collector and you talk to them credit bureaus, you're going to be like a fucking Johnny Cocker. Those people are going to be scared of you. They're going to know that you know your shit. But this is my last comment, and I don't kiss no man ass. It's not about sending them money to buy the program. This is what people miss, even with me. It ain't about the money. What it's about is you have assets and you have a relationship. And when you buy somebody's program like that, you're going to get their cell phone number. You're going to get a return phone call. They're going to help you when you don't understand something. So that's the part that people miss. It ain't about the $3,000, the $2,000, whatever. It's the relationship that is priceless. Man, go ahead and run your room. I apologize, but I'm telling you guys right now, I've met them all. I ain't seen nobody, and ain't nobody in this room been in the credit as long as me. I started let's go with 87, probably 85, but I had my master's in 85. I'm telling you right now, I've seen every credit person, white, black, Asian, and Filipino, and nobody knows and have put together a credit package that this brother has.
Sheesh, golly. Thank you, Uncle Don. I'm definitely stopping by your room when I close mine up. I'm gonna close mine up in a few minutes. So if you wanna definitely leave and go get yourself prepared, I'll definitely stop by. I'll definitely get that ebook and I will read it. Guys, a key thing that Uncle Don just said, the information. When I come to you guys with information, I'm coming to you with information that I know, information that I'm studying, information that I'm researching, and I'm telling y'all the results speak for themselves. A lot of times, I see a lot of people sending in goodwill letters. I see a lot of people struggling with collections, late payments, student loans, like all these things, guys. only like you are the key component of this piece. And what does that mean is you control how these pieces are being moved. The consumer report is controlled by you, but because we don't know the power that we possess, oftentimes we leave that up to all these so-called credit bureaus, which are not even bureaus, right? We leave it up to these corporations to think that they have our best interests at heart. Well, I'm here to tell you that they don't. And I don't like the word Black Friday too, but it's a term and a word that a lot of people are familiar with. And I'm letting you guys know my website is 40% off. All you have to do is visit DoraineDelevante.com, right? DoraineDelevante.com, or text the word Black Friday in all caps. Text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329. Text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329. The coupon code is Black Friday. Go, like, if you have late payment, go get the late payment letter. You got collections, go get the collections letter. You got student loans, go get the student loan deletion guide. You got charge-offs, go get the charge-off deletion course. Repossessions. A lot of people been having repossessions. Repossessions is one of my favorite things. Like you can get paid for repossession. You can have the whole account deleted if the steps weren't followed. You can have the entire account deleted from your credit if they didn't send you a certain letter that they're supposed to send you. There's so many things that you guys don't know. How can I come on to ask a question? I don't know if we can do it from YouTube, Ronald, but if you're on Clubhouse or if you come on Instagram, I can bring you in on the live, or you could ask the question in the chat. But unless you're on Instagram or Clubhouse, I'm not able to bring you on because I don't know how to do it on YouTube yet, or Twitch or Facebook. So if you want to put the question in the chat box, I'll definitely search and I'll look for it and I'll definitely respond to it. Total loss charge off. All right. Some of these questions don't really have context. I got a hell of a medical collection. It don't even matter. A collection is a collection. It does not matter. We treat them all the same way. 15 USC 1692 CC. A consumer can refuse to pay a debt collector. I have gap insurance and my gap took forever to pay Kia and charging my account off, which dropped my credit. All right, so the next thing you need to do is delete the charge off. So go to my website, go for the charge off. So click the link in my Instagram bio, right? Click the link in my Instagram bio, go to my website, in the search bar, put in charge off. Oh, apologize, guys. I'm a bit tired. So put in the word charge off on my website. And then once you do, the charge off deletion guide is going to come up. Get the charge off deletion guide, go read it, read all the notes, and go send out the letters. Can I do a write-up for sin anytime, or does it have to be 3? Well, you can do it anytime, but that's stuff that I speak only on in the university. When it comes to truth in lending, it's not something that I'm going to speak about on the live. That's a different type of conversation. I understand that I can refuse to pay the collection, but how do I get it off my credit report? That's where you now learn what the debt collection killer pack has. There's no way I'll be able to teach you this over a live. So you will need to be in the university or take the debt collection killer pack course in order to get it. But what you will know is this: once you refuse to pay a collection, a debt collector can only respond to you in 3 ways. Any response outside of that is a violation, and if they fail to update the information according to 15 USC 1692 E8, that is a violation as well. So it's all about how much do you know consumer laws to spot the violations so you can get your deletions? That's the question. How much do you know consumer laws? So when the violations come, can you identify the violations and use that as leverage to get the accounts deleted? All right. Do
Hey,
they?
Durant,
Yes, Uncle Don.
when I was at Longpont Medium Prison, there was a Mexican in there that talk like you. And in my mind, I said to myself, I didn't, not, I was doubting. What he was doing was people that have bad credit, right? I'm talking about 500. Most of them guys have cockroach credit. He was writing letters to the people. Make a long story short, not only repairing their credit, he was getting people like $5,000 to $9,000. Now, the reason why I know it's true, one thing about jail people, they talk more than free people. These people were getting checks. Some of these guys doing 30 years, their relatives have, I ain't gonna get into that, but once you do them 5 years, your relatives, your girls, your brothers, maybe mama's the only true person that's gonna send you at least $50 a month, and you're doing a 10-year, 15, 20-year bid. But all your homeboys, all your gang members, all your side girls, and then you see the value of a wife. Now all of a sudden your wife wasn't pretty as all them hookers and strippers, but she the only one that's coming to see your rusty stanky ass. So I'm here to tell you, now some wives will abandon you, but them good women, they still sticking with you. I mean, they may whatever, but they making sure you eat. So you really, the one thing about jail is like taking.
Hold on, Uncle Don. Somebody's asking for your IG. What's your IG?
What is that?
Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Oh, okay. Shit. What is it? I ain't no computer person. Give me a second. But what I wanted to tell them was, let me see. What's my IG? How you find that? You gotta look at the.
Let me check.
It's Don Love 1906. My friend. Don Love 1906.
Okay.
I don't be doing that. That's why I got an assistant, Joanne. Don't be asking me them damn hard ass technical questions trying to make me look dumb. I don't know that. But what I'm trying to tell you guys, Durant, I've seen it. The guy was getting, let's say you owe Marshalls, you owe Nordstrom money. He knew that consumer law stuff. Not only did he get them to take the stuff off the credit report, he was getting checks, getting the people checks, Durant, anywhere from like $3,000 to $8,000. That's a lot of money though when you're sitting in there doing life for 30 years in prison. So his attitude was, he knew consumer law. He sounds just like you and him cut from the same carpet. His attitude was, I wish a motherfucker would put on your credit report that you owe them money. He took that, remember Kings of Comedy, Cedric Entertainer, when somebody be sitting in somebody's seats, he said, I don't do the hope. Cedric Entertainer said, I wish a motherfucker would be sitting in my seats. He was like basically telling inmates, if you got bad credit, I wish a motherfucker would put on your credit report that you owe him something. He not only made them apologize, he made them pay money. And I said to myself, when I hear you talk that consumer law stuff and 1583, I said to myself, you sound just like Flacco. And Flacco was a beast with that consumer law, just like you are. So I'm here to tell you, I've seen it on both sides of the fence. I don't know if you've ever done that, made the people, I don't even know how to do that. That's crazy to me. You owe Nordstrom $6,000 and you get them off. How do you do that, Durant? You get the money off and you make Nordstrom pay you? That right there was crazy.
Yeah, that's a violation. When you find, and it's the thing about learning consumer law, you're able to see them. Like I can look at a credit report or a consumer report and I can just start seeing violations. And I know what the section that pertains to that law it says about these violations. And when you know it, what you need to do is enforce it. You make your complaints, you file the CFPB, and if they're still being stupid, you can do a demand, right? You can ask them for it, and then they're probably not going to give it to you. The next step is if you're going to go to arbitration with them, you go to arbitration and you're going to make it public information. They're going to settle with you. Edwin here has gotten paid like $2,000 from TransUnion. Like they will not let this thing go public. They are going to settle before it goes public because You are not supposed to know this, guys. You are not supposed to know that you can get paid for consumer law violations. You're not supposed to know that they cannot put things on your credit that you didn't give them permission. You are not supposed to know that they cannot pull your reports if they didn't submit a permissible purpose document and that document was certified. You're not supposed to know this. That's why they left it out of school. You're not supposed to know this. Why isn't the most important thing that the United States is built on full faith and credit of the American people, and the same thing that the United States is built on? It's not taught in schools, but we're gonna talk about Columbus discovered the world. How are you gonna discover somewhere where people lived? How? How, Sway? How? Like we have to come to the conclusion and say, shit, maybe we were lied to all our lives. Like, it's a feasible conclusion. You have been lied to, you were lied to, and they're gonna continue to lie to you again. Just like these mortgages. Oh, you should refinance to get a lower interest rate. Did they tell you that the first 6 years of that of paying your mortgage, when you just get it, majority of your payment goes towards interest? And when you refinance the loan 6 years later, you're paying another 6 years of interest before everything starts really going to the principal? Did they even tell you all none of this? But they're going to show you 2 and 3% over the life of the loan. Well, guess what? I have taken off the first set of interest rates. Now everything that I put in, 90 or 60% now, is going towards principal. But you're going to get swayed in to a refinance. So now you just made 12 years of interest payment with barely anything going to the principal. They're not telling you that when they're soliciting you for a refinance. Did they tell you to go and open up a home equity line of credit and use that home equity line of credit positioned as a first mortgage, so you turn your house into a bank? And then use the home equity line of credit now to pay your bills, and then have everything now goes towards the mortgage and chop that mortgage down? I'm sorry. See, there you go again, Darain, talking some stuff. Here's my water. All I'm saying is, guys, is this. There's a lot more. This is beyond credit. There is a lot more that you need to know. Credit is just a part of it. There's a bigger picture out there. And for this Black Friday, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense you going into December, going into the new year with bad credit. It makes no sense. The website is 40% off. 40% off. Go get the late payment letter. Go get the charge-off letter. Go get the bankruptcy letter. Go get, if you have bad credit, the medical collections letters on my website. Go and get it. If you got an auto loan you want to delete, a repossession. Shit, if you want to take your mortgage off your home, go and get the letter.
Durant, can you put your website on top so they can see the link?
Oh, it's just Clubhouse. I forgot they had that feature, I don't be on Clubhouse a lot, so my bad, Uncle Don.
Put your link up there. They can touch it.
Got you. Let me pin this link right now. Pin link. Boom.
Durant, I'm be doing another seminar soon.
When?
In Vegas. I haven't mapped it out, but I'm going to do it. I want you to be the keynote speaker. I'll probably just bring you in and maybe my brother, Billion. I don't want, but it's only going to be one day. It's going to be based on a concert, a tournament. I'm a whole family now. I'm not trying to do the 120.
Hold on. It sounds like you're in the Matrix, Uncle Don. You're in the Matrix.
Am I?
No, you're good. Go ahead from Texas.
I'm not trying to get like 150 people there. I'm trying to get like 20 couples there. I'm trying to bring it more to where, you know what I mean, it's intimate. So people, I find when it's a smaller setting, they will speak more, and I can talk to them and quiz them and really not try to embarrass them, but I can see if I looking in their eyes if they understand what we're saying, and then make it more classroom setting with like homework. I want them to, when they leave, I'm trying to make them become teachers, not robots, but where they can go back home and explain it to their sibling, explain it to their teenage. And the problem is information is so, it's, you know, we've never been exposed to it. So imagine bringing a 15-year-old and you're teaching them some, you know, chemistry or trigonometry. You know, we don't come from a financial literacy background. So we got to take it a little slow and then push them and then push them. And then they have the relationship. And that's where I'm moving now. I'd rather do seminars now with 40 people tops. Because when it gets to be 200 people, more money. But what happens is, how effective am I? So I want the people, I'm not doing like the schools. When I was in school, am I that much older than you guys? When I was in school, guess what? 4th grade, about 3 of my friends, guess what they got on their report card? It said, it had a stamp, fail. In other words, they had to repeat 4th grade again. Today, they've made a law, I guess I'm out of touch with the school, where you can graduate from high school and don't know how to read. They just pass you. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, you mean you're making these people get a high school diploma and they can't read? Wow. And that's what's going on now with this credit repair. Like you said, you know, America is based on full credit. And most people that look like me and you and Edwin and G, we don't know anything about. We don't know the difference between personal credit, business credit, and corporate credit. These people get an LLC, these people, my people. And guess what they think? They think they Mary J. Blige without a record. They got an LLC. So now they just assume they're rich. It doesn't work that way. There's a huge difference between the education and the miseducation and the myths of what is personal credit and then what is business credit. And then the third credit that Black people very rarely go to, corporate credit. And this is what I mean about understanding and staying in your lane and knowing what the bank and the underwriter wants to be, you know, what they want. Because the banks are not donation centers. And when you're able to educate yourself in the courtroom and argue with those 3 credit bureaus and you understand that consumer law, man, that puts you almost like a Johnny Cochran. You're able to now, you know, be Superman when the bullets bounce off his chest. You're able to take all that stuff and get your credit. That is powerful, because if you know it and your daughter knows it and your nephew knows it, to me, that's called generational wealth. You know, when you go to your grave, at least your children will be in a position to always be able to fix credit. And Duran, let me just say this. If you know how to get money from the bank legally, then what if you can't make it to the NBA? What if you ain't got to work for Tyrone, the drug dealer? You ain't got to, because guess what? All our youth want one thing: nice cars, beautiful women, and now we get them to get a business. If you got a legitimate business bringing in 20 grand a month, you're going to get that nice wifey. Trust me, you're going to get her. And you ain't got to sell dope and go through 121 months like I did. You ain't got to go to the prison. NBA has only got enough. There's only so many Westbrooks and Iverson that can go to the NBA. And that's our problem. We got everybody that look like me and you from 6 years old to 17 dribbling that ball, trying to get into the new slave trade, which is the NBA and the NFL. But they only have so many slave teams. So where the rest of us going to go? We're going to resort back to doing things wrong. And the last thing, Black Friday. We are the Black consumer. These people are laughing at they're laughing at us, not with us. I'm like this. The same way they wanted to change the Washington Redskins name. What is it? I can't say that word. Indigenous people. They didn't want it to be called that. Well, that's how I feel about Black Friday. And people are laughing at us because we don't spend our money with each other.
We do not.
Did the Kyrie is a billionaire. This is a business room. All of us are, I'm not saying we want to be billionaires, but when you take a billionaire and watch what the other consumers, the other stores do, Macy said publicly. Target said publicly. Bloomingdale said publicly. They will never carry Yeezy's items. Now, he had no contract with them, but they stick together. So until we do as other cultures do and say, hey, you got a brother in here that knows more, we need to come together and force ourselves to spend money with people. Your barber should look like you. Your mechanic should look like you. Your whatever, the grocery store, the insurance guy, and getting your information from this brother here, it should be mandatory. We should not be spending our money with anyone else, because as I land, I'm a lion. The hyenas do not take the baby hyena to the lion's daycare. The kangaroo is not going to watch and educate the baby hippo. And the lions, that's what I am. We're never going to teach the antelope how to get away from the lion when we're trying to hunt them. The
Absolutely not.
Going to teach that. So people like the credit bureaus and the banks, they are not going to open up a class to show us how to get past the underwriter. You're in the room now with greatness. This man, I told you, got an award on showing people, not for shooting the three-pointer, not for running touchdowns, but educating people on how to get past and get stuff removed off your credit report, which will then free you to be able to go and get money.
Absolutely.
That is called generational wealth.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Uncle Don. So, guys, as we wrap up, I'm letting you guys know this. Going into December, going into the new year, I'm sure that if you have a late payment, if you got a bankruptcy, a charge-off, collection, there's people on here right now, and Uncle Dan was talking and I didn't want to interrupt. There's one person here, Shelly, and Shelly used my charge-off deletion guide information and got rid of $35,000 worth of charge-off, and now Shelly is in the 800 club because of the information. Guys, it's how you execute. Once you execute, the stuff will work. But a lot of you just, oh, I'm going to buy this, and then you just sit on it and you never do anything with it, and then nothing happens, and before you know it, the RAIN program don't work. The RAIN program work for those that make it work. The RAIN program does not work for people that don't want to put in that work to get the things done. $35,000 deleted in charge-offs. If I'm not mistaken, there was some student loans, and then there was some collections. Deleted. With an 800 profile, now she knows how to optimize her report. She can probably go get funding for up to $200,000. I have not gotten approved or denied after my car loan application. Should I send a letter to the dealership? Yes. You could send a letter to the dealership, but I wouldn't send a dealership. I would pull up. I like pulling up. Right? Like, if it's somewhere that I can pull up to, best believe I'm going to pull up. So I wouldn't just leave that to a letter. I'm going to pull up. If the dealership is close by, I'm going to pull up and find out why wasn't my application approved or denied. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to be honest. I am pulling up. So, guys, before I go, if you have any collections problem, you need my debt collection killer pack. I'm going to say this one more time. If you have any collections issues or collections companies calling you, you need my debt collection killer pack. Text the word validation to 917-810-3329. Text the word validation to 917-810-3329. My website is 40% off. All letters, all ebooks, all mini courses. 40% off. There's absolutely no reason why anybody right now hearing the sound of my voice should have any negative items on their credit. In 5 days, we got over 400 accounts deleted. In 5 days. In 5 days. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Doreen. Peace and love. Much definitely, my brother. Most definitely. Right? 5 days, we got over 400 accounts deleted. The one person that got the most deletion was Wes. Wes got 128 accounts and derogatory accounts and remarks deleted from his credit in a short span of 2 days. So if y'all want to sit on the fence and wait for receipts and wait for people to come show y'all stuff, good luck. Good luck. But what I'm telling you is you have the ability. Like, let me see y'all put me in the chat. For everybody that believes they have the ability to change their own destiny, put me in the chat. Finesse was there. She was there on the challenge. Wes got 128 accounts deleted. Running the play. We got to run the play, guy. We got to run the play. So text the word Black Friday. Text the word Black Friday. If you want to make a change in your own life, text the word Black Friday. The website is 40% off, guys. Text Black Friday to 917-810-3329. Black Friday in all caps. The website is 40% off. All the courses on there is 40% off. Why not? (917-810-3329). If you got a debt collection problem, text the word validation. If you have want to take advantage of the sale, put in the word Black Friday, all caps. Vanessa said, you're sitting on the couch anyway. Why not do something while you're on the couch? That is absolutely true. Take action now. Take action now. Nobody is going to get blamed for you not taking action. You have to decide. You have to be the one to put your foot down and say, listen, it's my credit. I've had bad credit. There's nothing wrong with that. I had bad credit too, but then I learned how to build out the 800. Right? I learned how to build out the 800 right after. So the question now becomes, does my current situation define my reality, or does my reality now depend on me changing my current circumstances? That's what we need to be asking ourselves. Am I going to be the person still going into 2023 with bad credit? Am I going to be the person that's saying, oh, I'm going to get it done tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes? Am I going to be the person that's constantly putting everything off? Oh, I'm going to wait till the right time. I'm going to wait till I get all my ducks in a row. I'm going to wait until I get paid. Guess what? There will never be a perfect time to take action. The time to take action is now. Like, when is the time to take action? Drop it in the chat. The time to take action is now. Let me see y'all put it in the chat. The time to take action is now. It starts with the man in the mirror. It starts with you. It starts with you identifying that there is an issue. And if I want to change my circumstances, I need to first get my mind right. And I get my mind right through consuming content to become the person that I want to be. The time is now. Take your phones out, open the messenger, type the word Black Friday, all caps. Black Friday, all caps. Text it to 917-810-3329. 3329. That's it. Shout out to my guy Jeremy, just popped in the building. Text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329. Get the information, go and be great. I know a credit repair guy who said he didn't even know the information you give us existed. So I sent him your YouTube video and blew his mind. Yo, shout out to Barber 516. Shout out to my guy Elite Barber 516. I appreciate that, King. Thank you very much. Share the information. I really appreciate that you put your credit repair business guy onto the content. I really appreciate that. Let's go. Yep, 40% off listed prices. Correct. Ronald. There's a coupon code. The coupon code is Black Friday. So once you put in the coupon code, the prices will adjust. Who number when you sign up? I'm not sure.
In the chat, the information with the student loans, will that work for, I guess, trying to understand, schools in Jamaica?
No, Jamaica's run by different consumer laws.
Okay. All right. I was just trying to answer it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Uncle Don. The consumer laws in Jamaica, they're different than the ones here. Let me see. Unique Noah. Hello, Doreen. I am at Jamaica. Can this work for me? My student loan at Jamaica. Okay. Yo, you know I keep forgetting that Clubhouse has this chat feature now. I totally forgot that this feature was here. All right, no problem, bro. I do apologize. I totally forgot Clubhouse had this feature. So, guys, I want y'all to have an amazing night. And listen, we're going to get it. We are going to get it. Like, too long, guys, have we been surviving off a bad credit? Like, when is the time that we're going to make a change? When is the time we're going to take responsibility? When is enough enough? When? We got to make a change. I got your letters last year and it works, but the only that won't remove not a single thing off my credit is Capital One Auto for late payments. Delete the whole account. If they don't want to delete the late payments, delete the whole account. We've gotten late payments deleted from Capital One. Capital One, they're very stubborn, but Capital One is not federal laws, and we've gotten late payments deleted from Capital One. So just keep going, my guy. Do not give up. Just keep going. Shout out to Ronald in the building. All right, Ronald, you took action. You got what you needed. It's 40% off. Go have a field day. Go have an amazing time repairing, rebuilding, and restoring your own credit. So shout out to you, Ronald, for taking action. It's an open. Say again.
Did he sign up?
I'm not sure if he signed up, but I think he might have just gotten some letters or mini courses from the website.
Okay. Anybody that sign up today, I'll give them half price off my consultation and my free ebook.
Sheesh.
Sign up today. I charge $200 for 30 minutes. I would charge them $100 and give my ebook. So we want you guys to take action. We cannot be more concerned about your credit than
you are.
And when I think about it, I mean, when I worked at the cemetery as a memorial counselor, I hate to, in LA, I'm working at Inglewood Park Cemetery. Predominantly, am I in the matrix? Because I see this red bar.
Yeah, it came up a little bit, but you sound much better now.
Predominantly black cemetery. And the people come in and you bury their mother and blah, blah, blah. And they get an attitude around, how can you ask for money, at a time like this? And I did start feeling a little guilty, even though I don't own the cemetery. I just work there. Until I walked outside, right? When I walked outside to take them to the grave that I was selling them or taking them to the mausoleum, guess what I saw? Dwayne, guess what I saw? Everybody had Range Rovers. Everybody had Maseratis.
Wow.
Everybody had, I'm looking at the women's purse. They got a Gucci and Chanel and a Prada. And I said to myself, it's not that we broke. We just spending our money on stupid shit. To now when Big Mama died, your grandmother's 88. What you think she gonna live to be 200? Black people, we don't want to talk about death. Well, you need to talk about it.
Exactly.
Who's going to bury her? And the brokest nigga in the family, no, we can't get her that cheap gold medallion coffin. We got to get her the Corinthian. The Corinthian is $3,000. That's not even including the opening and closing. I understand my people own mortuaries. So if you ain't going to talk about it, who going to talk about it? And then, well, we got insurance. Watch this, Durant. This is going to make you upset. Well, we got insurance. So they come in there with their insurance package. Yeah, you heard me. They're $50,000 policy with Mutual of Omaha or whoever the hell is with. They don't understand that. Guess what I got to do as a worker? I said, no problem, Mr. Durant. I'm sorry for your loss. You got a policy. That's great. So we're going to need to run your credit. Ooh, did you hear what I said? We need to run your credit.
Yep.
Well, why you want to run my credit? I got a $50,000 policy. Because we don't know you. And this insurance policy is not going to pay for this burial for like 3 to 4 months. So you want us to advance you $7,000 at the mortuary bill and another $7,000 at the cemetery bill. That's $14,000. And a lot of families, when they get the check, they forget to give us our $14,000. So we don't even take insurance policies.
Oh my God.
So now the people are prepared to fight. But notice how the word credit even came up, Dwayne, in depth.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, I used to feel guilty until I walked outside and I saw the cars, the Ashante rims. The rims cost $9,000. So now you in here, I don't think your product that you're offering is $9,000. So
no.
We're spending all this money at Tiffany. Come to Chicago or LA and see the Gucci store. I can't forget the other store. The line is wrapped around the store on Michigan Avenue. It's embarrassing as a black person because there's no white people in line. It's all blacks. Like it's a free cheese. They're giving away free government cheese. They're all in line to spend their goddamn money at the fucking Gucci store. But we got to beg people to buy something that's going to change your life.
It's priorities.
To see people in line. I had to do a U-turn when I first came to Chicago.
It's priorities.
I said, wait a minute, what is this? They giving away free. What is this? I looked up. It's a damn Gucci store. They only let like 10 people in at a time. They're waiting in line for like 2 hours to walk in a store and spend their money.
That's crazy. But
we
you know,
be on here begging people to buy something that's gonna change our lives. Man, this shit got to stop.
Valid point. Extremely valid point. And it goes back to what I said earlier. People make things in time for the things that they deem important, but then they want to come to you to give them a microwave solution to a problem that they've been having for years, thinking it's going to get fixed overnight. It doesn't work like that. And that's why I don't work with everybody. And I can say this proudly. I do not work for everybody because I am not the guy for everybody. The reason why is people will waste your time. And if you're going to come to waste my time, I am not the guy for you because I'm not going to indulge in wasting time. I'm not. I know what I got. I know what the product does. I know the capability of the university. I know all the accounts we've gotten deleted. Like, I know what the value is, and I know what the value is, and I'm going to get it at the value. The question is, do you rather go back in one more year, living an expensive life versus investing in yourself so you can be the change you want to see. But oftentimes we want to be that change and nobody's willing. Nobody's willing to go through the process of the change.
Hey, before we close the room, Edwin, did you guys have a question? Or did he already answer your question earlier?
No, they were speaking earlier, Uncle Don, because Edwin is in my university, and T was asking some questions on some stuff that he needed more clarification
Can
on.
I ask Edwin a question?
If he's still there, go ahead.
Edwin, are you there? He went to sleep. Oh, there he is. Edwin. Edwin? Durant, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Uncle Don.
Okay, now I can hear you. Edwin, so you're in his university? Ooh, boy, you need to get you a cell phone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You got to get, hey man, you got to get that magic jack down, man. You got to get you a phone. Hey, Edwin, first of all, I applaud you for taking action and doing something. Can you tell anybody that's sitting in the room and they 50-50, you know what I mean? They debating should they get this course he got, get in the university, whatever, but they also want to go put down and get the new Tesla. They want to go buy that Gucci bag or whatever. What would you tell that person that's on the fence right now? You know what I mean? It sounds like hype. What would you tell that person in the audience right now to push him over to where he should join Durant University?
Like the first thing I tell them, so you're gonna pay regardless. You're gonna pay an interest, or you're gonna pay for the course. So it's best to pay for the course where you can learn something from it, and have a lower rate for your car, your house, those are whatever things you wanna do. No, it's knowledge. So I'm telling them, don't be afraid to go ahead and jump and have some wisdom. Once they pay for the course, they're gonna help you and your family. You know what I'm saying? Cause really, it's a no-brainer. And the rain
That's my
is
last
still like
question. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. The information that you're learning, keep it 100. I've never met you. You don't know me. I don't know you. The information that you're learning is just something that you can pass on to your immediate family that will help them, in your opinion.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm doing it right now. I'm teaching my nephews about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I want my nephews to be better men, to be ready for the world. Because right now they young, like 20, 22, 24. So really I want them to learn about credit and life and finance. So I'm teaching them. And really I truly think the rain for the course for his time, his knowledge and wisdom, you know what I'm saying, to be able to assist families, you know what I'm saying, to do better and succeed in life.
I appreciate you, man. And nothing like a testimony, because you probably helped somebody, not only help them, but now you've helped them to help their nieces and nephews and wife. And see, this is how, as a community, it is knowledge that will keep us from perishing. And this is real knowledge, because I can take you to a restaurant, Cheesecake Factory. I can take you to a Chris Ruth Steakhouse. We can eat good, right? But we can't throw that food up and then give it to our children. They ain't gonna want no vomit. So at the end of the day, when you learn something like this and about consumer laws, not only are you feeding yourself, you're able to feed your family, and that's, to me, that's something that is priceless.
Absolutely.
To teach somebody something like knowledge. When you go in your grave, you know that your nephews now can teach their sons, and this all came from consumer laws taught by Mr. Durang. Then you learned it, and now you just keep going boom, boom, boom. That's what the Jewish community do. I know you're going to open up a room because you ain't allowed to say Jew. That's what they do. That's what the Rothschilds do. I mean, let's be honest. Dave Chappelle said nigga 5,000 times on Dave Chappelle's show, 5,000 times, and got offered $50 million to to do it again. You say a G-word, you're going to get arrested. But at the end of the day, though, usually what they know over us, they know laws. And once you know laws, and it's like playing football, but you're using soccer rules. It's like playing the game of basketball, but you're using soccer rules. You got to know the laws of the game. And that's what Duran is teaching, the laws of consumer. And when you know the laws, you can play the game. You can't play biz whiz with spade laws. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it don't work.
Appreciate that, man. Sorry
Yep, for sure.
But I feel there's people in the audience right now that is seriously contemplating and thinking about signing up. So I just wanted to hear from you who's already signed up.
No, that was a great point. That was a great point. And I tell people this all the time. Go ahead. Your greatest investment you will ever make is yourself. You are your greatest investment. There is nobody I trust more than me, guys. I'm telling you all the truth. I don't trust nobody more than I trust me. I am my greatest asset. I am my greatest achievement. I am. I am. I am my greatest achievement. I will bet on me.
Sign up for Duran thing today or buy one of his programs. I'm charging $52 for 1 hour consultation. It's $200. I'm charging you waffle money. So anybody that sign up right now and can show a receipt that they signed up or bought one of his programs, I'm gonna charge you for instead of 30 minutes for $52. I will give you a business consultation about you and your business, and I promise you it'll be worth it. Or you get your damn $52 back. So we're looking for action takers, people that don't want to listen to us like we're Gerald Levert or David Ruffin, Teddy Pendergrass. We're not here to entertain you. We are here trying to help our own. Yes, we make money because this is what we do for a living. But at the end of the day, we are like church. The church doors are open. We want you guys to get baptized in this knowledge. So anyone in this room that can show Duran that they paid for something, either his program, one of them letters, whatever it is, I am going to bless you and help you and give you 1 hour of my time to discuss business or business credit, whatever it is I can help you with. So again, we're looking for action takers, not people. We're looking for tithers, people that are interested in moving themselves, their family forward. That's what we're doing. So if anybody can show him and give him a receipt and he lets me know, somebody, I'm just going to Edwin paid or Yannick paid or whatever, then I'm going to charge you $52. And you already know where that $52 is going.
Waffles.
Oxtails and yams.
Man, thank you very much, Uncle Don. I'm going to go spend a little bit of time with my son now before he goes to bed. And then if I see your room open tonight, I'm going to definitely jump back on. Guys, it's been an amazing 2.5 hours. Well, damn. It's been 3 hours and 14 minutes, to be exact. So everybody have a great night, guys. The sale is on. It's 40% off. The link is in my bio. Clubhouse, the link is posted at the top. YouTube, the link, just text me. Text me the word Black Friday. It's also the promotion code. Text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329. Text the word Black Friday to 917-810-3329. All right, text the word Black Friday, and guys, go be great, man. Go get your credit fixed. Go boss up, man. Go boss up. Go on your king shit. Like, go and boss up and be great. Just go and be great. So,
I'm getting ready to open up my room now for those who want to come over.
yeah, go ahead, Uncle Don. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to open up my room now. Feel free to come in.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you support the brother here, let me know. And if I can, show me proof that you did, and I'll try my best to help you out. Okay?
Absolutely.
God bless everybody.
God bless you.
Go ahead. Thank you, Uncle Don. Thank you very much. All right, Clubhouse, it's been an amazing night. I heard something. Edwin, did you say something?
Y'all saying good night.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Everybody have an amazing night, man. We got a lot to do. We got a lot to do. We have a lot to do on Clubhouse. I don't remember what Uncle Don's room is called. Just type in Uncle Don in Clubhouse, and he should pop up. All right, Instagram, it is a wrap for tonight. Everybody have an amazing night. I will see y'all very soon. YouTube, y'all know what it is. It's always been a pleasure. I'm going to see you guys soon. I'm going to be coming live more often too because we have a challenge in December that's coming up, and I definitely want to bring that information to y'all. So there's a challenge coming up in December, and I definitely want to give y'all the scoop on that. So I'll be bringing that up very, very soon. In the meantime, between time, have fun. Have an amazing, amazing weekend from your favorite island boy. I'ma see you all soon. All right, let's get it.